Nobodies.
Yeah, well, we're already rolling, so...
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
I love
it!
This is good
Sheila!
shit. Yeah!
Thank you,
Josh!
Sheila. So let's do the shot together.
Okay.
Cinda's here in the background. This is how I met. Sheila. It's Cinda, but
yeah, and you know, I can't even remember how I met Cinda. All I know is she always floats down the river with me, with or without
That's
a
just
paddle.
pineapple juice, ladies and gents. Though you know, she doesn't partake of the.
Not in alcohol.
We'll get into it. Just funny. I love to keep it
fresh.
Yeah, we just bought it from the liquor store. It is fresh. Yeah. I just opened it though.
Straight from the liquor store, Sheila. Right out of the can.
That's something that I need to learn. The thing that you were saying before was what you do to draw out or when somebody's freezing up, because that's something I've dealt with on camera. You know, like you can tell stories and you're like very free flowing, but some people they're like, oh, there's a kid that like this is going out, and they like tighten up a little.
Tighten up.
And
they freeze.
And I'm trying to learn my best to bring that, bring their like true authentic self out. Especially, when they know it's being recorded. And I always tell people, I'm like, dude, if you say something that you didn't mean to say and you're like, oh, can you please delete that? I shouldn't have said that live. Or like,
I'm really impressed with you, Josh, because any of the shows I've done, I don't know how to do technology.
Yeah.
Even my TV shows years ago, other producers.
You're the personality.
Well, yeah, but you're supposed to know these things when you produce your own show. I don't do technology, so I have to explain to people.
Yeah.
Whatever you say on my frickin' show, whether you're flashing, whatever you're doing.
We're running it live.
I don't edit shit.
Yeah.
So
See,
you're out there.
I don't hardly edit things, but if there's been once or twice somebody's like, oh, hey, I shouldn't have talked about that. Will you cut that section out? And I will, because I'm like, I'm not.
I love you because I look at him
but
and
I get people drunk, and so it's like sometimes people the loose lips sink. They're gonna sink that ship real deep. So and I understand this, but I haven't really had to. The only things that I edit out is I have to piss all the time. So then I'll be like bathroom break, and then I'll
What are you gonna do at my fucking show if you have to take a pee-pee break?
Oh, I will. Am I on there for an hour? I'm not. It's gonna be an hour.
Off and on.
Yeah. Oh,
I guess you could go tinkle.
Yeah.
Take a bottle with you.
Yeah. It has to be Gatorade though, or something wide.
Don't even tell me. It's got to be wide, Sheila.
No,
I don't want small mouth.
Here's the problem. It's not that my dick is huge. It's that I had I used to piss in the car when I was driving to Alabama and back. I'm like, I don't have time for this stopping bullshit. And I used a water bottle, but so I'm up like this, because you have to have it down a little bit, so you kind of push up on the chair, so that way it's down.
I'm so
glad. And then I'm driving like this, and then you put your dick here, but because it doesn't,
does it get stuck?
Well, yeah, there's no air. There's no air. So it pushes, seals the top. So then I start peeing, and there's no air, so the pressure goes, and then it just
explodes.
Yeah, pisses. I'm like, oh fuck! I almost wrecked.
And we thought tinkling down our legs when we squat. Nothing like this.
Yeah. But as long as I have a Gatorade bottle, you just plop it right in there, and then I'm fine.
Plop it on in.
So, but yeah, no. The reason why I feel like I can handle an hour, I'm just
we're talking about doing a show.
But sometimes these are only an hour, and sometimes they're 3, and I don't give a fuck about the time so much. So
I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah, just
Even though I've had 3 kids, they're all cesarean, so I can hold it for a very long time.
Yeah,
I got this shit down.
That's impressive.
I don't know about that, but I got urine down.
Yeah, and I can hold it, but I start doing this, when I'm listening to you.
Oh, really?
And I'm like...
You're like, oh my God, she's making me want to urine.
Yeah, no, it's just one of those things. I'm like, and once that feeling starts dominating my mind, I'm like, I'm not even being a good listener or talker. I'm just like...
Because my penis is...
And I was like, pee break!
So that's when he talks louder than me. That's not happening.
No, that was an example. But now you'll know what is coming. I'll start leaning forward.
I'm going to say to him, you shut your mouth right now. Just kidding. So, Josh.
There's no mouths on dicks. It's
the little pie holes. No, they're a little pie hole. Listen, one thing now you got me. Oh, I love this. Okay, so a couple things I want to say. So I'm honored. that
Same.
you're letting Psychic Sheila.
I am honored to have you.
Do this podcast with you. So one thing, Josh, that I have talked about, like from the 80s, which I can, before y'all came out of your mother's love canal.
I was 85.
I had a 1980 baby. I'm a 1960 make and model.
Okay.
You're a 1985 make and model?
Yeah.
Okay.
87.
1987 make and model. Oh, we got some good models here. Okay.
No.
I'm classic. 1960 kids. So thought is alive. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to point this out. And it started with you talking about your penis making your thought take over.
Most of my conversations start there and then,
Most
evolves.
people are like that. We like to talk about our body parts, which I'm going to do.
Yes.
So one of the things that I talk about with people, I know all humans are psychic, okay? I want to clarify that because thought is alive, and I want to kind of show this. So I tell people, you channel on the toilet, brought in the butt ski, see? You channel in the shower, full body, full body. You channel in your car, near and far, okay? How many of you, so you have to start thinking about, you're sitting on the toilet first thing in the morning, you're already having thoughts. Are they programmed thoughts? Are they authentic thoughts? Are you thinking of a person, place, or thing, and you may be channeling something intuitively? For example, this morning, I don't know where you were, on the toilet, in the shower, in your car, on the couch.
Oh, when I texted you.
When you said, hey, now this is how psychic energy works. It's as simple as this. Hey, Sheila, between 1 and 1:30, I have, nothing else today. I realized you had no idea that I was offering to drop a person off that took me about 10 or 15 minutes out of the way.
Yes. Can I shift one thing real quick?
Yes, you can. He just wants to get close to me.
That is true.
That's okay.
But
It's the only way.
this
They
is
all
the way it
do
is.
this. It's because at my age, they're like, yep, see, and I purposely dress like this because it's the only way I get this kind of attention, except for at the airport. I like to provoke them so I get to go through security. Okay, go ahead. You know what they did to me one time? I thought, okay, security, really? I'm ready for this. Okay? Because, I'm all right with it. You know what he did? I said, no way, you're full of shit. He touched me. I went, what the hell is that? That's all he did to me. And he goes, okay, you're all right. I don't make that shit up. Because I was like ready for full body. Like, do they bend? I went, you know what? Everything at my age, everything's an experience.
Do you think he just
touched me?
Do you think he immediately was like, I don't know why I said I need to scan this woman.
Yeah, he
She's
looked
gonna
at
be
me
fine.
and goes, she
Like,
wants
what?
me. I think I scared him. He's like, oh my God, she's getting undressed.
If I was one of those
I'll
guys,
touch her and tell her she's good.
if I was one of those guys, I would just boop them. They're like up in the air, and I'm just like, boop, you're good.
That's what he did. He booped me. Not boobed, he booped. There's a difference between boobing and booping.
Yeah.
I know this.
Yes. See?
Okay, so security will do it. They boob her.
Yeah.
They boob her and look at me and go boop,
Mm-hmm.
boob, boop. So there's a difference between boob, and boop.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah. One is
Grabbing
is this.
and one is poking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think you could
That's
teach a class
101.
maybe
101 what?
Yeah,
Security.
maybe. Yeah. Or I would say even like booping 101 because like maybe there's a course that you could bottle up and sell about this.
Booping?
Yeah. The difference between booping
and boobing.
Yeah.
See, this is
where the etymology comes from.
So this is where thoughts are like. Josh, I'm digging where you go with things. It's like he totally gets me because thought is alive.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So back to that because you were talking.
Well, so yes, and so when you were picking thoughts up sometimes. We are so consumed thinking it's about us because we're in our individual human story along with the collective one.
So pretty much all of we're like, oh, everything's about me because I'm in here. And
and I tell them you're so full of shit.
Yeah.
Why? Because I'm thinking about your ass, but you know what? It's not about me now because I'm thinking about you. So it's got to be about you, not me.
That's
ding, da, da, ding.
That's a good point.
It's got to be about me. Why? Because I'm in my head, and it's like, well, where the hell else are you going to be?
Yeah.
What? Which brings me to another point. You're driving down the road. Now, I didn't know where I was going coming here. I do know from Ontario how to get to Boise, Idaho.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So there are certain parts of the freeway where I don't have to pay attention. You do not catch that. You don't pay attention, Sheila? None of you motherfuckers do, and I know this. Okay.
The most boring road.
Yeah.
No, it's not even about that road. It's about any goddamn road you're on that you know where you're going.
Yeah, you're just
You think
zoned.
you're just in the zone. We call it the zone. There's always a word for something.
Yeah.
We're in the zone. Okay, well, that means you're not in the fucking car. Yes, I am. I'm driving.
It's the auto zone.
Thank you. I call it automatic pilot. Hey, co-pilot, take over, motherfucker, because I'm going somewhere else while we're driving.
The first time I ever got no, that's not true. Yes. No. The first time I drove stoned.
Oh, you think you have to be stoned to have that happen?
Well, yeah. No, I don't. But the first time that I drove stoned, it was like a time warp. And I remember listening to Switchfoot, and I was in San Diego. I was on the highway, and I was so into this song. I was like, I have heard this song 1,000 times, and I've never heard that part before. And all of a sudden, I was home. And then I was like, dude, I don't holy shit.
Thank you.
I was like, oh my God, I don't even remember the fucking highway.
Sweetheart. That's
it
what
was
I'm
wild.
Okay, so I have to be careful.
Yeah.
Because I can leave all the ching. It's like, damn. So
just walks out mid-podcast.
But I'm still sitting here while I did it. Is that some fucking magic right there? Huh? Where'd you go, Sheila? I'm out taking a wee-wee. I'm back. You'll learn how to do this.
I have control of this part, but this had to go pee.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We're done. I released. So now you'll pay attention how long you sit. See, because I don't know if you sit or stand when you go into the bathroom. I mean, it depends on what you're doing, right?
Yeah, it depends if I'm shitting or not.
But I'm finding out most guys really just quietly have let me know they actually like sitting and doing all of it at once.
Oh, yeah, but if I'm just pissing, I always stand.
Yeah, I know.
But I always put the pants around the ankles.
I'm so glad we're clarifying. So, most likely,
cheeks clenched.
I'd like you to start paying attention to the kind of thoughts you think you're having during that time.
Okay, like either pissing or shitting or...
People are like, really? Yeah.
Okay.
You're channeling, because some people may be there for a minute.
Yeah. You know what my problem is I scroll too much. Which
you bring technology to the toilet.
Yeah. So like that might be
take the technology and leave it out of the toilet.
Yeah.
Keep that shit somewhere else.
But the other shit in there.
Well, yeah, because you're releasing.
Okay.
You're releasing.
Okay. See, I've never heard this before.
You need to release.
This is good.
This is bullshit. This is real shit.
Get done. Like I'm already.
And what the fuck are you doing while you're shitting?
I'm gonna do that. Okay, so.
Okay, instead of this.
Yeah. So
your body's like, I don't know. He doesn't even appreciate what I'm doing right now. I'm like, I know, right? Nobody thinks this is valuable.
Dude, that's such a common practice.
Machine.
Okay, this is good. Keep going on.
So your first house you're in is this.
Yeah.
You pop out of the porthole, right? Mm-hmm. Call it the tunnel of love. You know how I learned it was the tunnel of love? Well, it was the 80s. I was taking an early childhood development class, and they put this movie on. The teacher did. Yeah, I was a full-grown adult watching. And what's that Springfield guy, that singer?
Bruce.
Brucey, yeah.
Yeah.
Tunnel of Love. And she happened to be showing us a video where the penis was inside the vagina so you could see what was flowing inside of that. The microscope was inside. inside of the penis. There's a video. There's a whole documentary.
So it's going in this way, like the camera was going
and
forward.
so you see the sperm because they're showing you the beginning of life. It was really, but it's actually a very well done documentary.
Could you see it from the side where the sperm are like shooting out of the
Yeah.
penis? Okay.
So
I have seen that.
Yes. Okay. Well, that was from the
Yeah.
What do you think happened to me? I had his song going through my head, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, baby, tunnel of love, yeah, that's where we come from, tunnel of love."
Have you ever seen?
That's where my head went.
Have you ever seen have you ever watched Family Guy?
Yeah, I've seen it.
There's one of those like little side like notes, and it's like they're the sperm, and they all shoot out. And they're like running, they're not running, swimming, and they're like trying to outcompete, and they're just like saying like they're like "fuck you, man!" Like I'm gonna.
I love it.
That's what I was thinking of, but yeah, sorry.
So, to me, we come from the black hole.
Yeah.
See, I think the black hole is good. I don't think it's a bad thing. You know, we talk about the black hole. You got the black hole in your pupils. We got black holes all around. Okay? Yeah. These are good things because
Speaking of tunnel of love, the asshole, black hole.
I don't know how much love goes on, but you definitely don't come back out the same way you went in. That's for sure. Well, either way, even in the front end, you don't. But speaking of, you know, when I was a choir girl back in...
I knew I was going to like you.
Yeah. I remember I'd sit up, you know, so I like to be entertaining even as a little girl because it got me from getting my ass whooped. Because back then, they like to beat your ass. Children were to be seen and not heard. Yeah. So you know, in church, you're like, okay, I'll be a choir girl, right? And then you realize they stick you up in the back of the church. The ass, you're up in the back end. They don't even see you. Yeah. And I'm thinking, you know, at 9 years old, I think this is fucked up. Because I'm fa-la-la-la-la my heart out, rehearsing, and the altar boy's up there getting all the attention.
See, I didn't know that was, I've never been to Catholic church.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
We always had the choir in the front.
Because you're a boy.
No, there was girls there.
Okay, well, we're talking Catholic.
But they weren't allowed to talk other than singing.
Don't you talk bitch at all. No, you keep your mouth shut.
But they did have sandwiches in hand.
Oh, because you can't keep stick it in your mouth, keep your mouth shut.
Sorry.
Till we tell you to open it. And, okay.
Yeah, so they were in the back in the Catholic church. I didn't know that.
I learned something. Well, my church, I don't know, maybe it was the priest. I don't know. So, you know, you think about this, you're like, I don't like it. But later in life, I had to learn about what happened to the altar boys up front. And I went, oh, I so had it better in the ass end than they did. I so had it.
And they had it in the ass end.
In front, though. We didn't know it. The whole time I'm watching them, and they're like, and I'm like, why do I have to be in the ass? And they're like, oh, trust me, you want to be in the ass. I'm like, I don't want to be back
worse.
Yeah. You want where you are, lady.
Oh, yeah. I'm from Pennsylvania. That's where the first whole scandal came to light. Like the big public one.
Do you know? When I was a little girl and went to Pennsylvania, that's where I learned about the Amish. Yeah. I like them. Yeah. Did you like them?
No.
Really?
Yeah. I thought they smelled.
Well, that's funny because I came from Vermont.
Dude, all the Amish smelled really bad. And
I didn't even know they smelled.
And I also couldn't understand them that much. But I was I was a dumb fuck as a kid. But like I was so oblivious. But they just had such a thick German accent that I was like, I don't even know what these guys are saying. I didn't even know they had that.
Now, you know, here's two different realities. This is fucking amazing.
And then it pissed me off when I started driving because I'm like, I gotta wait for this fucking buggy, and we're going around this like curvy road. I'm like, I can't pass them. I fucking can't pass. I'm like, just crane it. Like it annoyed the fuck out of me.
Okay.
And so that was my experience with Amish.
This is a feel good story. Okay, I can't believe we're having the Amish story. Okay, so mine is. For a brief moment there, I was in foster care. We're not going to get into that bullshit. It's all malarkey. So the foster parents I was visiting with temporarily, we'll say, makes you get to know humans. I'm like, I can read these motherfuckers like the back of my hand, but I didn't know it then. I didn't know it. I just knew shit was not right. Yeah. Okay, they're the ones that took me to the church.
Yeah.
Okay, that again, I know I'm going off story, but When you live in small communities, I find out later in life, my fucking grandmother was paying everybody for that shit. I mean, Catherine Cupcake. That's what she was called in the Windsor, Vermont. That's why I came up with magic muffins. I'm like, cupcake.
Dude, Catherine. The Catherine's Cupcake is all cupcakes.
There are Catherine Cupcakes?
No, I'm saying she should start a fucking shop. I love alliteration.
I tried.
Alliteration is great, and Catherine's Cupcakes is just a fucking gold
Well, let me
mine
tell
of a
you
brand.
something about Catherine and her cupcakes.
So it's Psychic Sheila, by the way. I wanted to
well,
side note.
so I got a story about
That
that.
fucking alliteration is
On
gold.
Division here in Boise in the 90s. Now we're back in the 90s. Forget what I was talking about in the fucking 80s. No, 70s, because I was a foster kid, the Amish. That's how I met them. This is how thoughts fucking alive. Can I have a rip?
Hell yeah. No, that's for you. Yeah. You can put as much as you want. Yeah.
Here's thought alive. This is the best way I can fucking show it right here with you and me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, Pennsylvania, the Amish. I fucking loved them when I was a little foster girl. I was like, what the fuck? They got bonnets on. They got these fucking little dresses on. And they drive buggies. And I love that. And they don't like their picture. Like, they fascinated me. I was a foster kid, so shit started, it's like, I don't even know what the fuck's going on. These people are taking me from Vermont to Pennsylvania to meet her sister who, this will show you the human story. Just hear me out. This is my life. You gave me yours. Like Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Well, they adopted a fresh air baby. Do you know what that is?
Mm-mm.
You don't know what a fresh air kid is, do you?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you because I learned. They're the inner city children from New York and places like that they teach how to live on a farm.
They call them fresh air kids? Okay.
Oh
She adopted one.
Yeah.
With a little curly hair.
Okay. Interesting.
And so they were very proud Pennsylvania people to show how they were contributing to society.
I feel like that's how you...
Yes! And then the people I'm with are like... Well, we have a foster child. Huh? What does this mean?
Yeah, it's kind of like a badge of honor. They're like, look at us, like, helping and, kind of showing off that. Okay.
I think that's what was going on.
Yeah.
She can sing in the back of the church.
We're so woke. Look at how
We're so well educated and we adopt and take in kids that nobody wants.
Yeah.
No, people want my ass. Hold on, my grandmother's paying you.
Yeah, hold my phone.
The other person gets her shit together. I'm pretty sure we're all right. I don't know about the little bastard you paid for.
When did you find out that your grandma was paying them? Or
the church and everything?
Yeah.
When she told my brother he was cut out of the inheritance, and I went, I didn't even know that shit existed. Where am I?
Yeah.
Can
I suss this out? Where do I sit in this inheritance thing you're talking about?
Yeah, I never saw any of it. I realized later in life, the fucking church. Father whoever. When he's not even my dad.
Yeah.
Father whatever.
Yeah.
AKA priest.
But the altar boys did have to call him daddy, so that.
Oh, sugar.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I got. People ask me, what do you call it, Sugar Shack? Psychic Sheila.
Dude.
Because a little sugar has a medicine good there. Because I don't fucking tell you shit. You're going to go, help me, Jesus, help me. That's going to happen when we do the live show, John. You're going to want to come up and maybe hug a woman or two once in a while. It's okay. It's okay. Sheila didn't mean to make you cry.
We need to, that will be good.
And I'll go, I did mean to make him cry, Josh, and I'll make him laugh.
Because I will be, I'll be like, I'll make sure the start end of the show starts happening, and I'll be like on cameras are working, lights are working, whatever.
Oh, I know.
I'm gonna have somebody helping me on like the stuff, so I won't do that. So once everything's taken care of, then I'll be more free to pop in and out, and maybe even take a piss like 40 minutes in.
I know you're gonna be able to. Dude, Jeremy did it to me all the time. He'd get up and leave and go have a fucking cigarette.
Yeah.
It's like, what if I want him to clap someone?
Right. Yeah. We will have to we should talk about the thing that we are talking about, the
yeah.
event, a little bit. That's something.
Russell wants to join us.
Yeah, he does. Sometimes he pops up here.
I love it. Hi, Russell.
In a minute, but
so
yeah, sorry. And then you were talking about
I wanted to point something out that you did not enjoy the Amish, and I did.
Yeah.
And so thought is alive. Okay. So you have your individual thoughts that you think are real. And then you have your collective thoughts that we all think we are agreeing on. This is where it gets political and stuff. And so I kind of tell everyone, for example, we have Hemp Fest. I'm going to use that as an example. And this day, everybody gets ready for it. That they're going to speak their knowledge. Come on, I'm one of them.
Yeah.
And we're going to do all this good stuff for one day. Now, everybody has their day that they do it in whatever community, so they collectively come together about a thought they agree on.
Yeah.
Okay? To make it come alive.
Yeah, we're like all on the same page coming into this.
This is a thought we all believe in. What they don't realize they do, because I watch them do it all the time, even when they know thought's alive. Well, you know what, Sheila? I got one. This is about cannabis being legal, and we're gonna be the last fucking state that ever gets it. Do it. I go, well, there you go. Keep that fucking thought alive, because you say that shit more than you say the other.
Yeah.
And you all wonder why it's still not happening, because you keep that motherfucker alive.
Isn't that like so when,
did that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when
and then we all get together and go, hey, I got knowledge, man, about cannabis, and let's legalize it.
It's like one of those things when you
But I love it. I go, do it.
It's like when you yeah.
They protest. I don't protest about my vagina.
Yeah.
Telling men, don't tell me what to do, because I'm going to say it.
You're like
I don't believe men tell me what to do with my vagina. I do believe women now.
Do you?
Because I'm going to tell you right now, and you're a man, and I guarantee you're going to fucking agree with me. Are you ready for this, Cinda?
Yeah.
Hey, I tell women, I go, listen, girls, when you're out there protesting, telling men to stop telling you what to do with your body parts, these poor fucking men have to go home to their wives, their sisters, their mothers, their aunts, their grandmothers, their cousins, their girlfriends, every fucking female in that man's life that you just said, hey, you asshole, don't you tell me what to do with me. I'm like, I don't think that's what's happening, but okay. I don't do all that.
Yeah.
Why don't you, Sheila? Because I know I deal with women.
Yeah.
Women buy me. I hear you, women, and I'm like, pretty sure you're controlling shit.
Yeah.
So when we want to vote a woman president, do you know why it isn't happening yet? Because of the fucking women.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I can't believe people can't see how alive this thought is.
Yeah.
And you can see it.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense, because even the voting populace is like, 45% women.
I'm telling you now, we run shit.
And they have still voted for like.
Where'd you come from?
You mean in today or in
Where'd
life?
you come from in life?
My mom.
That's right.
Yeah. The pussy.
The vagina.
Yeah.
The portal of love.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Going back to that.
Brucey knew it.
You know what I always thought? Man, I have a couple thoughts, but I always think that some of the most times that I have a lot of female friends. I have 3 sisters, so
See?
I like to think I'm in tune with women. And I also have a mother.
That's good.
But I have noticed that like, and men do this too. Like women are like, oh well, I don't want to get those fake titties for because men tell me I need fake titties. And I was like, no man has ever said that. It's all the fucking women doing it. And I was like, you guys are like this.
And then there are men that go, I can buy them if you want them, because I don't like them.
Yeah.
If you want them, and you know I want them, let's do it.
I wanted to ask you back to the whole the keeping the thought alive. It's kind of like when I'm trying to quit a habit. And this is like one of my problems. Like, so, I'm trying to quit alcohol, or I'm like trying to not do it. And so then I think in the day, I shouldn't drink too soon, and then and all I'm doing is thinking about the problem that I have. It's the words
you're using, shoulds and shouldn'ts.
Yeah, and all I'm doing is keeping that thought alive of alcohol's this.
Yes.
That was like a principle I kind of learned in church, because like when they told me I wasn't allowed to jerk off, and then I was like, you shouldn't be jerking off. Yeah. Well, I was also a teenage boy, but
and I just find that fascinating. So to me. And this is how I look at our bodies, because I think they're fascinating. I'm such in awe of us. It's your first little house you're in. It's your first little sanctuary. It's your first little vehicle. You have to move around and you crawl. It's everything it's your first.
Yeah.
Unless you've been violated, molested and everything, you're going to be touching yourself going, damn, what is this? This feels good. I don't even know what I'm doing, but I like it.
Yeah.
Whether you're in the bubble bath in your bed, whether you're in the shower, I don't know. But the point is, this is your temple. This is your body. And because we've been taught to be ashamed of it and not like it, most people don't like them. I don't care if they say they do or not.
Yeah.
Most people, because when I sit with them privately, I find out that generally speaking, for the most part, when we get right down to whatever's going on, they're not real happy with them.
Yeah.
And so we have to review, and when you review individually and collectively, which we're doing, you redirect the energy, the thoughts. And so humans have to understand that they're always in thought. So you're thinking while I'm speaking. So we review and we redirect. And so it's not that you're not going to have those thoughts, because they're very programmed. And so they are also connected with what you consider your identity of who you are. I think the more humans understand that throughout your life, you die constantly. So, for example, you don't want to be infant Josh. You'd be shitting on yourself. Apparently, Joe Biden didn't mind.
No.
But I don't know. I could be wrong. But
in the course of life, you kind of start that way and then you end that way sometimes.
God, I hope my kids don't have to wipe my ass. I swear to God, I'm bad before.
I just read Tuesday.
But it's okay if they have to.
Tuesdays with Morrie. Have you read that book?
No.
But it's all about his death experience and then the guy documenting it, and he was like letting go of all bodily functions because he had Lou Gehrig's disease, and so it slowly takes over. And he's like, I am really not looking forward to the day when they start wiping my ass. And he's like, he had all of these levels of letting go of like his bodily functions again. And it was a heart heavy book, but also beautiful.
So when you think of that, you see it in everyday existence with humans. So you see us, and our minds are getting older. The vessel is getting older, the temple. But if your thoughts, so I'm going to be 65 this year, but my mind, my thoughts are always having fun doing things. So I tend to be drawn to younger people because my thoughts are of the same kind of frequencies, the way you kids think. And I know that I'm your future fractal self, what an older person can be, what you're going to be, but your own image, your own version of you as an older person. And you're my future fractal self, where I get to see where the human story's shifting and going into a different form of human story.
Yeah.
So when you think of technology and everything, I love technology, but I want to always remind humans that that's ultimately thought being alive. This is thought being alive.
Yeah.
So when I do psychometry, when people bring me objects, pictures of loved ones or just objects, and they're like, well, how are you being able to do that? Well, first of all, because anyone can do it, I describe it as I become no thing to be everything. So I'm not going to stop being Sheila, but I don't have to think that all my thoughts are me.
Yeah.
And it's a way of being able to experience other people, and it changes your own concept of a story you think you're in. So the version of you I have now gave me his younger version story, as I gave mine as a foster girl. You were a young male that lived there. They were stinky to you. I'm like, I don't even remember smelling them.
Yeah.
But you see what I mean? So all our senses were being triggered differently. I have the version of a foster child. I'm more like, yeah, I was in this family drive, you know, and you're like, yeah, I lived there and I got my license and I got stuck behind and so this is how funny thought is.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if we went to Pennsylvania and we had a town hall meeting, you and I, and said, we'd like to talk about, don't think it isn't happening, what to do with the Amish and their buggies on the road.
They don't even pay taxes, but they're
There he
riding on
goes.
that road.
I love it.
Come on.
And then everybody sits there going, what? Do we agree on that thought? Okay.
Yeah.
Voted in. We're giving the
like the collective
simplest
thoughts,
version of it. It's like, well, it doesn't quite go like that, Sheila. We're taking the details and technicalities.
Yeah.
We're keeping the
basic
thought.
principles.
I'm gonna interrupt a bit, but like, I heard it that your initial emotional reaction usually lasts like up to about 90 seconds. And then after that, if you're still angry or still having like a lot of angst over it, it's because you're like mad at the narrative or the storyline that you told yourself. And so then you're mad at the thought instead of having just like the instead of existing through it, you know? It's like the same thing, I think.
Good girl,
Yeah.
see? And then you can be happy as a lark and have a person, place, you know, or people you get around that are very negative, and all of a sudden, it may not start at first, but you start feeling their energy. You start feeling the same way they do, and you're like, ugh. And it could be one personality. So you could be at a job where you're doing great, you get along, and then so-and-so's showed up at work today, and everything changes.
Yeah. Everybody's like, fucking so-and-so.
And that
And here comes Sarah.
Bada
Sorry,
bing,
Sarah.
bing, bing.
We love Sarah. She's great.
Oh, we do. Which one? I know a lot of Sarahs. I don't know about you.
Yeah, that's funny.
And in Australia, Sheila, there's a lot of Sheilas. So
yeah, I think you're right. I didn't think
wow,
about that.
I said to my mother,
Because
wow, Sandy.
I know one other Sheila in Boise. I mean, you're the second one, but I think that I had heard a lot of people were named Sheila in Australia. You're right. I lived there for a year. So.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
And you guys didn't say things like, let's go down to the pub to meet a Sheila?
No, because I didn't drink then. But
What were you, 5?
no, I was a stupid religious. So I was probably 21.
So let me tell you.
But yeah, I was 5 up here, but
It's probably we all still are.
yeah, right.
So we only count to 9 actually, and then we double up our numbers.
Yeah. We just put a number in front of it and then just keep running it back.
And so really, like I say to people, I bet anyone that's watching will go, she has not hit that pipe once.
I actually, what's so funny is she does this a lot, and I was watching you, and I'm like, she probably asked 15 minutes ago, can I hit that? And then she's been holding it ever since.
Don't
and
pacify her.
It reminds me just of Cinda, because like we'll take a shot together, and I'll be like, all right, let's cheers, and then she'll be on a thought, and
that's why I get along
and then
with Cinda.
I take my shot and I just sit it down, and then I'm listening, and she'll just be carrying it for the next like, 10 minutes.
I know.
Speaking of shots, I'm gonna grab that bottle, so we should do another one. I'm having fun. Sheila?
I am too.
I'll be right back.
Well,
Sheila, you're the best.
want to talk more. What kind of psychic readings do you do with the pictures? Will you explain that a little bit?
So psychometry, and this again goes with thought being alive, because I remind everyone, for example, glass of water. Its original existence was a human's thought. Maybe not the water, but the glass that the water's in.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a thought, and then it became a reality.
It's like thoughts are things.
Thoughts are things. Experiences are alive because of our thoughts that create them. So when you hear documentary, when you hear things like the law of attraction and The Secret, and they're like, you just put your thoughts out there, and it's like, okay. But for example, this is your soul sound, your voice. And so instead of me just thinking about the show that I keep having a good time doing, by the time I'm done, I've had this show that I'm doing just like you had your show in your mind. How many times, Josh, do you think you had a good time inside of there doing the show in your head? Mm-hmm. And then you physically started speaking it to friends and family. Mm-hmm. I want to do this podcast. Then you start physically accumulating the equipment you needed, and that's how thought becomes alive.
What a question on that. How do you view when you have all of those thoughts and then they don't become alive? Like for example, because I'm a person who has a bunch of good ideas, but I've only implemented
that's
2
all
or 3.
of us.
So
that's all of us.
So
honey.
what is that? What happens when I had that idea and then it kind of fell by the wayside and then disappears? Just like a thought dying?
Well, so look at it as information being downloaded. How many humans are on Earth? So you may let that thought drop to the wayside. Someone over somewhere else had the same thought. They picked it up alive.
Okay, so the reason I was asking, I've been reading this book called The Creative Act by Rick Rubin. Do you know what that is?
No.
So he is probably like the most influential person in hip hop. But he's this white bearded guy, and he was one of the first producers of some of the biggest hip hop artists.
Okay.
And he's like, I'm not a musician. He's like, I don't know any of this. He's like, but he knew how to guide and direct, and then he knew what he wanted and what he loved, and he would go. And so he talks about this whole book's about creativity, and he's just like, we are all given, like a lot of people are giving the same idea, and if you don't act on that idea will be gifted to someone else or whatever, and whoever.
It's true.
And that, because that idea will come up. And he's like, how many times have you thought, I have this brilliant business idea when I'm 13, and then 2 years later somebody created it, and you're oh damn it, I should have done something with that.
That's right. That's so there's collective thought.
Yeah.
Then you live in your own, what you think are your own individual thoughts. So individuality is there because we're each individually in our little temples. I call them time machines, okay? Because in here, you can do past, present, and future all at the same time. And so it's beautiful what we've been gifted. I do believe in God, okay? I understand some people call it the source. That's fine. When they say universe, I kind of giggle and go, well, where'd that come from?
Yeah, like that's not the
like
kind of
like you and I, we're gonna be hanging out at the Sugar Shack June 1st at the end of the universe at the lounge. So the lounge at the end of the universe, like you got to think of Star Wars or Star Trek.
Right.
It's for people like us.
Yep.
Okay, Josh.
Yeah, that's interesting because because I believe in something now, and I've probably used the universe more in my lingo, but I have aversion to God, an aversion to the word God because of my, back to the Amish thing, because of my upbringing, because I was like, I want to escape this.
That's a program thought I was given too.
Yeah, and I was like, I have an aversion to that word, so then I end up using universe. So that's where that came from for me.
So I'll give you another thought that became alive till I killed it. Oh, you gotta kill that shit. I just throw it to the ground, Sheila. You might want to stomp on that motherfucker too.
Dude, the times when I see Jeremy like in her is so funny. I'm like, oh, that's where Jeremy came from.
From the porthole of love.
It's so good. Holy shit. I know, yeah, I've hung out with Jeremy more than Josh, but yeah.
Josh is a little more serious. He's
he's a little more
he's a middle child.
Yeah, he's a little more condensed and less animated, and Jeremy's definitely like...
Till you're not dead, but then it comes out of him. I'm like, it's in your fucking DNA, Josh.
Yeah.
It's in the DNA, motherfucker. Let it out, grasshopper.
When she would talk about, she's like, dude, I've seen Josh and Jeremy go to fucking fist a few times, and I was just like...
On my goddamn birthday
at the park!
everybody's
just like, that's standard. We just let them do their thing.
I don't know if Cinder was there the year... Because we, traditional, we float the river in the summer.
Yeah.
Because my birthday, Jeremy's birthday.
Oh,
so
I
it was
gotta
one
be
of
here
those
this next
occasions.
year.
Oh, this year. Do it.
Yeah,
you got it.
Yeah, I have to be invited.
Yeah. Oh, you are. This is it. We're doing it.
I love float the river.
So I don't know if you were part of the group this year. It was Crystal, everybody. Guys and gals, there was a bunch of us. They get done. Josh and Jared decide they're going to go. I don't even know what the fuck they were fighting about.
Neither do they.
Hello? It's your fucking mother.
Yeah.
I came up with the word wow upside down is mom.
Yeah. This is my day.
So guess what, you little fuckers?
Yeah. Together.
Oh, you see all your friends watching? Watch what happens when I come between the two of you. Uh-oh. Everybody gonna break your asses up. Why? They ain't gonna let nothing. And you two are like, oh fuck, wait, what the fuck is mom doing here? What do you mean? We just did the river. I come between them. That's what a mother does.
Yeah.
Then I go, we don't do this bullshit in front of me.
Yeah.
You do. I taught them that.
Right.
Don't fuck up my shit in my house. This is back.
Right.
Don't fuck up my shit in
Did you have
my
China?
house. Huh?
Did you ever like a China closet?
Anything that was mine, it was hard to get it in the first place.
Yeah, that's fair.
We just talked about this the other day. Jeremy goes, yeah, we fucking broke shit and just didn't tell you. I go, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, no, I didn't know. I know now.
Yeah. But also that was probably smart of you because I would lose my shit.
And that's what he said. I go, you weren't afraid of me? He goes, no, I just didn't want to hear you lose your shit. That's what he said.
Yeah.
I go, that's a good point.
Let's sweep this under the rug.
Okay, see, this is the point I make to women. I go, you think men are afraid of us? Why do you girls think men aren't afraid of us? I know, I've never been married. They're petrified of me. And I'm like, I'm not the only bitch you're afraid of, son of a bitch. I know, I'll get every bitch in town and you'll be afraid of them when I get done. So.
Yeah.
Josh is like,
yeah.
That's why we're afraid of you bitches, because you'll get an army on us. Yeah, one guy.
And that's why
I see it on Facebook.
That is why it's that is true.
If y'all don't think I'm watching you on Facebook,
and that's why it's
silly. Running your mouths.
That's why it's silly when men think they have all the power.
I tell them, I go, oh, boys, stop thinking you're confusing the women. I mean, what are you guys doing? I'm trying to tell these women, loosen the fuck up.
Yeah.
What? Loosen up. Yeah. They get impressed that I've never been married. I go, I'm not impressed with myself. I used to be. Never been married, motherfucker. And then I went, wait, what? Why haven't I?
That's something that I should have done.
I mean, I feel like it's
the Catholic Church.
Well,
I'll be honest.
It's the programming thoughts. Well, because I think that marriage is fine for whoever wants it.
It's fine.
But I don't really want it, and like she doesn't want it. And I know a few people that don't. There's this lady that she's probably I think she's 59, and she's like, I've never been married. She's like, I just never wanted it. And then
there is a commitment. Though.
Yes. Well, yeah, that's what it all is. Yeah, of course. But what she was saying, she was just like, yeah, but I never had to deal with divorce, and like half of them do. So there's all that.
Well, you know what my story is
like,
with that, because I'm Catholic. Well, I'm not, but I am.
I
said, well, Dad told me, Sheila. Yeah. I had a great aunt that was Sister DeShanto. I don't think her mom named her that. I'd like to know what her real fucking name is. I never did find out. Sister DeShanto.
Tyrell's mom named him Tyrell, and that seems kind of strange.
Well,
for a white guy.
Tyrell, we talking about you and McShane, your brother. I'm like, you named your daughters normal names, and you gave your son Tyrell McShane.
It's Amanda, Becky, and Tyrell.
Pretty fucking close. McShane, you gotta throw McShane in there. McShane, Tyrell. Wait till they come on my show. It's like, Oh yeah, here they are. Hey Josh, there they are.
That's gonna be so
No, we're
funny.
gonna have fun with them because I already told Tyrell. I go, you need to come on the show so I can give your ass away.
Yeah.
I want to watch your woman watch me give you away.
Okay, so
do you know what Manos is?
No. Is it like jazz hands?
It's hands.
Okay.
Okay, I'm learning another language. I learned it on the kids program. Manos. I go, what the fuck is Manos? Then I see these little cartoon hands.
Yeah.
And I went,
Is it a...
Wash your hands.
Say it again.
Manos, las manos.
Oh, she's so fucking good. See why I
Is
hang
that
out with her?
Spanish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Josh, see? What are you? I know we're American,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
How many languages do you know?
2.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
What do you know?
I know Ebonics and
What the hell's
English.
that?
It's Southern Black speak.
I bet I could do it.
No, but I can understand it because I live there.
Could you do it? Give me a little.
No, I couldn't do it.
Come on, I want to try.
Ebonics is kind of like Cinda when she's really drunk. There's no,
He's like pretty.
There's no
he's like conversational.
There's no consonants. So Ebonics, at least what I know, I lived in Alabama for a couple of years, so it's it's yeah. It's just like
I fucking did it.
Yeah, so like
When I'm
you know, like
watching
there's
those,
barely any consonants. It's just all vowel.
it's when I'm watching those
And well, yeah.
alligator guys on that show.
Yeah, Florida does it a lot too. But
The
like Southern
alligator
Black
guys
and
when they're
Florida,
I love them.
yeah.
I
So
like
that's
it.
like Ebonics, but I don't actually speak it. But I do think it's like how languages develop. You know, like it just kind of filters off, and eventually there's a new language that because it all spreaded from a couple of like the Latin languages. It filters out. Right? So I just think that eventually that will be like that's a new language, and it kind of goes
we're
off.
coming up with new
Fast
words all the
forward
time.
like 1,000 years, and like English isn't the same. It's just like everything
Like,
branches
where did
out.
we come up with the word woke? I thought it meant when you wake up.
Yeah.
And then
And there's actually 3 definitions because she talks about
because like someone was like, oh, you seem pretty woke, and I'm like liberal woke or like
hippie woke.
like woke, like.
Or I just woke up and I look like I'm
So
wide
now there's-
awoke today.
Yeah, now there's 3 like definitions, and she had a different definition. I was talking about it because I was more like political, like lefties. They're woke.
And that's not how I think
Do you
about
think
it.
I'm a lefty?
No, I don't think so.
You're right.
But
I am left-handed.
Yeah.
That's fucking no. I am.
Yeah.
I'm lefty. I'm like, goddamn, I am lefty.
I swear to God, and my family doesn't
Don't
believe.
do that. Just kidding. I do it all the time.
I swear for God. I swear that I was a left-handed kid, and my grandpa, my pap, he thought that like guys should or people shouldn't be left-handed.
Oh, that was true back then.
And I had that sentiment, and I remember practicing writing right-handed, and I became right-handed, and my family swears that didn't happen, and I'm just like kidding myself, but I'm like, where did that memory come from then? Like,
see that kind of shit.
Yeah, and I was just like,
right.
dude, I remember thinking that I was like, dude, I can't be using this hand. I need to be a right-handed. And as like a 3-year-old trying to like draw and paint with
Isn't
my
that
right hand.
fascinating? Speaking of
Cheers,
writing,
by the way.
I'll tell
Let's do
you.
this.
Let's do.
That's pineapple. You can have some more.
It's because I got to drive back to the 00. Where's the 00, Sheila? Ontario, Oregon.
Okay, that's actually a cute little like.
That is funny.
That's a cute town nickname, though.
Yeah, the 00. Oh, that's good.
That's a cute town nickname. It's cuter than the town is.
It's cuter than the town is. That is true.
We're changing shit up. It's getting a facelift.
Yeah, dude. If you bring a comedy scene in there, that'd be great because there's no comedy. I mean, there is a little bit of comedy in Boise, but it's not huge.
Well,
I think it would be good there because the style bars they have.
And Ontario is a good so all how like the musicians and comedians do from like Portland, Seattle, through Ontario, through Boise to Salt Lake.
Yes.
So you can bring a lot of travel.
I think I had a psychic moment when I said, "Hey, Jen, hey Tyrell, I think we need some funny shit in Ontario because you're making me look like I'm alone out here."
Yeah. Oh, you would be a great comedian.
Oh, we're doing it. Oh,
have you done
I'm a
like
psychic.
Have you done a stand-up comic routine?
No, I'm just a psychic.
But would you ever try it?
Well, I'm pretty sure when I get on stage and do humans, they just sit and laugh.
Dude, that's amazing. Yeah.
Okay, well, I thought that was something, but okay, whatever.
Oh, dude, this show's going to be amazing.
So we're going to have a good fucking time. First of all, I'm giving them a muffin, and that should impress them right off the bat.
Okay, can I say real quick, because I don't ever know how long people listen to this podcast, but so what's the date of the show that you're doing?
June 1st.
So June 1st.
Yeah, I need you there.
Well, yeah, no. And we'll I mean, I'm very
we're
happy.
going to get together before
very happy
that,
to help and then also promote and, all that stuff. But June 1st, and it's going to be at the Lounge at the End of the Universe.
Yes.
Do you have a title for the show yet?
Psychic Sheila Sugar Shack. Where practical problems are solved here.
I love this.
Little sugar helps the medicine go down. That's a muffin.
Yeah, and so then it's gonna be it's kind of gonna be like a live podcast.
Oh yeah, well,
or like more like
live.
a more
Live audience.
Sorry, yeah, live audience. Sorry, yeah. This will be filmed and then released.
Right, then we. Yeah.
But is it somewhat similar to like you were mentioning Oprah before? But like there's like a
talk
guest
show.
Yeah, like a
we're
talk
gonna
show
have
vibe. Okay.
special guest on.
Okay.
Live entertainment, little music,
and that'll be mainly for the people. Will those live entertainments be filmed and released in the show, or will that be for the audience?
No, we'll release all of it.
Got you. Okay,
it's the whole show. But you know, my show I had before we went live. Okay, when we were in different businesses, but this is more of like a entertainment nightclub talent show. Yeah. So we have, I'm going to be doing psychic readings.
Yes. Would it be similar to like a late show or any of the, like kind of modeled after that a little bit? Yeah. Like you have the little bit of entertainment, you have the interviews, you have the,
so with the interviews, the reason we have that is because
guest interactions.
Because we have a message in my muffins.
Okay.
And in fact, speaking of,
break out the box.
Break out the box. I don't even know if I'm going to use these, but just in case I need them, watch, I'll forget they're up there.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man?
It's like when you're looking at your phone, you're like, dude, where is my phone? And you're like, where's my, let me find my phone real quick.
Yeah.
I used to wear glasses, so I do get it too.
So, I have glasses, but I'd rather squint.
I just thought that was because you like to be stoned, so you just give
that's my excuse when they go, "Are you stoned?" I say,
"No,
I'm squinting while I read."
Just nearsighted.
Yeah, but fucking stoned, like you're a stoner.
If I stay stoned all the time, people think it's just me. They
they
don't go,
like,
"Are you stoned?" It's
That's been my thought process. You would, 16 years old.
Yep.
You would have thought I gave birth to this kid.
You know what, that works.
Does Cinda seem like she could have came from me? Because it's like, we say, I gay this way. Yeah, me too.
I didn't even realize she was Asian for the first year. I thought she was just stoned.
Josh! God dang that! God locked that one! That was a good one.
What is it? Okay, so what is this?
Take a word.
Okay.
Let's see what he gets.
This is like
Cinda's
pulling
got
a
it
card.
too.
I like this.
Well, you are. See what word you got.
Psychic Sheila's Sugar Shack.
Turn that bad boy around. My line is to people, stick that in your pocket and take me home with you.
Boundaries.
That's a good one.
That was a good one.
Boundaries.
Gratitude.
Ooh,
okay.
That's one of my favorites.
So, Cinda. So these are the kind of messages. They get laminated.
And these are in the cupcake.
They're in the muffin.
Okay. Oh, sorry, muffin. Yeah.
No, Catherine is the
Catherine
cupcake.
is the cupcake.
So this is what okay, here we go. Story time. Story time. Once upon a time, back in the day, this is in the 90s. I was a single mother. I had to feed my children.
Yeah.
So I was sitting in the kitchen with a friend of mine. And I think I was talking about cupcake. And I said, I think she's fucking channeling to me. What is she telling you? That we should be selling muffins or something.
Yeah.
Let's stuff a muffin and sell it. And my friend was like, all right. So we buy him, my sons, we all did it. We piece of paper, we got coloring pencils, That's why they're colorful.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got printers, so we don't have to do that anymore. But it was really hard for me to give away stop the hand stuff because I'm all about the OG.
Like
anyway,
textile.
so we cut the little messages. Everything's by hand. In fact, the little angel face on the front of the card, Myrna's in heaven. She drew that for me.
Oh, that's
and
so
all the little faces
precious.
are a little bit different because really, when you're drawing them by hand, it's not going to be the same, right?
Yeah.
Now, so I will never change these because
but you've used Etsy before?
No.
Oh, so there is it's kind of like how records come back. Like you have this evolution of technology into like a mass production, but then there has been a explosion in handmade everything.
Yes.
And so like people really appreciate this is very individually and intention stuff.
People, men and women, it blows me away when they go, wait a minute. I have one of those from years ago, Sheila, because we're talking about in the 90s, okay? Yeah. So this is over off Broadway and Division. You got the little shopping centers there. Mm-hmm. Whoops, sorry, sweetheart.
Oh, no, you've been good.
It's the boobs. They're talking. They're going, hey. Kind of like your penis, my boobs talk.
Yeah. Well, we started the whole podcast with penises, so the evolution, it's coming.
Boob, the PB. So we'd go to the day old bakery down the street, buy them big muffins, laminate our little messages. I'd stuff them, repack them, colorful ribbons. Packed my basket full of muffins, magic muffins. And I'd go to different businesses.
Yeah. And
for $1.50, they get a magic muffin and a little bit of me on the side. For $1.50, now it gets better. I wasn't making a lot, but I was getting my name out there with my muffins, okay? And one day, I was all dressed up, a shopping center parking lot, and I could see this gentleman in a suit and tie walking towards me. It was like, like Little Red Riding Hood.
He's gonna get my chance.
And I thought, wait a minute, my psyche started going, wah, wah, something's not right. Why? Because he looks professional. Okay, and he's coming towards me with a serious look on his face. I did not offer a muffin. He said, hi. Do you own he said, no, wait, I'm trying to remember. This is a long time ago, kids. I'm a stoner. Yeah. Basically, Tom let me know he was a commercial police officer. Maybe that's called those code guys.
Yeah.
And wanted to know what company I worked for and did we have a commercial kitchen. I could tell things weren't right. I went,
it was like...
So he pulled out his business card. Everything he told me was right. It was right there. And I'm sorry, God, I did tell a lie.
Once or twice.
Well, he says, do you have a commercial kit? Do you have your, license for the? He goes, good idea. What are you doing? I explained my muffins, messages.
Yeah.
And I said, can we all know I haven't been married, okay?
Yeah.
I said, oh gosh, my husband said he wasn't going to invest in my business till I could prove it could make money. I couldn't, because he says, if I see you out here again, you're going to get it could be a $300 ticket or jail.
Because he knew you didn't have a license?
Yeah, well, he knew it was me. I didn't work for no. No. That's why I came up with the husband. I go, oh, he will be so mad if I come home with the ticket.
Yeah.
There's no husband. Okay, there's no husband.
See?
But Tom, if you're listening, you scared me. I didn't mean to lie.
Yeah.
However, he helped me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, mind you, I have people.
Because then you knew what to watch out for?
Dry cleaners.
Okay.
And the little nail people, the little people that do nails, happy finger people. Yeah. They all love my fucking muffins.
Yeah.
They'd come in and go, come in. They'd buy them for their employees and shit. But I didn't know there was a little bakery in that shopping center. And I think they narked me out.
Oh, yeah.
I should have gone in and said, snitches, kid. stitches.
Yeah, they're
or
trying to protect their
ditches.
territory, though.
Yeah,
Who gives a fuck? Hey, I'm from back east.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you're
What, you gonna mafia me?
Yeah, you're
me.
basically selling drugs on their corner.
I don't give a fuck. It gets better. I said, what do you want to do, Tom?
Yeah.
I don't want to fail.
Yeah.
This is a good idea. He loved it. He
Yeah.
agreed with me. He goes, I think you should, he gave me his card. Like I said, he goes, come down to City Hall. Okay. And we'll figure out how to do
how
this
to get the license. Yeah. Oh, that's sweet.
Right?
That's so sweet.
I did it.
Yeah.
And guess what? Are you ready? Because you have my message. You're going to see the muffins. This is where they come alive. This all came from Tom, the commercial police officer,
Yeah.
in 1995.
Shout out, Tom.
Shout out, Tom! Well, don't even talk about fucking Annette Mooney. You know who you are, Annette.
Annette,
You know what?
don't even say anything, actually.
Yeah, we're going to put you in Annette. I did have her go on vacation.
You just shut up, Annette.
Yeah, don't even talk about it, Annette.
Yeah.
I guess we have a story, and I'm going to tell him. But we got to finish Tom, who was a good guy from City Hall. Not so much you,
I'm
Annette.
gonna let you finish, Tom, and
I'll finish Tom all right, because he gave me a good one. And see why I don't drink? Can you imagine?
Yeah.
The kids are like, don't you fucking give her alcohol, all right?
Yeah. Tom would be
It's
finished
bad
3 times.
She already talked about splitting us up at the park, and everybody jumped in so nobody would hurt Mommy. So you got to come join us at the river.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah,
cannot
it's
wait.
going down Sunday.
I cannot wait.
She paddles and she rescues old ladies.
Yes.
Not me.
Yeah, there's a reason you're here.
So I go to City Hall. I never saw Annette, so she must have came after Tom.
Yeah.
I had nothing to do with her coming. Never mind.
Man, we could really keep going with this
Syndicate!
double entendre.
I got that, Sheila. But Tom, on the other hand, I'm very proud and loud. So Tom says to me in his office, he goes, I thought about it. And he goes, why don't you do this? And this is legal. I said, okay. He goes, don't sell the muffins. All right. He goes, still do what you do. He goes, because you don't need a commercial kitchen if you give them away.
Yeah.
This is where it gets better, kids. Ha! Street corners did come alive.
Yeah.
He said, give your muffins away and sell yourself. I said, wait, that's fucking legal? Like anywhere?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I can give my muffins away and put a price on me and sell me. Yep.
Yeah.
No commercial kitchen for that bad boy. So I done did it, Josh.
Crazy.
Charge it.
I didn't have a commercial kitchen.
Do you charge like 5 minutes of your time, or like what? How is
You're
the
like,
break?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
on the actual
So that's where
registration
the
of the business.
information on the back. We started putting. My mama bought me a stamp.
Yeah.
So instead of the printer, I had those little $20 stamps.
Oh, so you're selling this little piece of paper.
So I gave me away in the muffin.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they'd get a word, and I'd say, this is what I do for a living, and I'd give them a little, what's the word mean, Sheila?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
But what is
Blah.
the?
So then they'd hire me. So it was, he said, market yourself this
Okay.
way.
Because I was wondering if you. Yeah, I was wondering if
Sell
you would.
services instead of product.
Right.
And that's where I said, so it's legal for me to sell myself on street corners? And he goes, if that's where you want to do
Depend
it.
which part of yourself, but yes.
So that leads me to something else. My children may not want to admit to this, but I'm going to admit it because I was pretty proud of this shit.
Yeah.
Downtown Boise before it got big like this. This is why I'm in Ontario, because now I'm going to do it out there.
Right.
We're going to bring the fairy fair back, and I have fairies and elves and windows.
Alliteration.
Okay.
You're so good with it.
So I had gone to this place. So I did parties. I still do. They're happy trail parties, okay? And yeah, there were happy endings because at the end...
Well, all trails lead to the end.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's up to you whether you're happy or not. I can't fucking... That's on you. Everything's in here, okay? I can just show you a good time. If it ain't happy in here, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, well, you're just off the trail at that point.
Right.
You gotta stay on the happy trail.
Fucking A, dude. So there's so much more to this. It leads up to the show. But people know this. This is how I raised the boy. If you wonder why they're like they are, I dressed them up like elves and stuff. That's how I promoted myself. I go down to... So it's Jeremy's fault. He was about 6 or 7.
Yeah, your little show.
Maybe 8.
Can I?
What do you need to pee?
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Can you remember where we're at?
Ah, sure.
Oh, okay, I gotta pee.
Jeremy was an elf once upon a time.
Oh yeah, I gotta pee. I could feel it coming. I was like, oh no, I'm not paying attention.
He can't see this.
Yeah, okay. No, but everything
can.
from this moment is I'm gonna cut this part out. So whatever you say, I'm gonna get rid of unless you want it to stay in.
Oh, you may not want to.
Yeah, but here's the problem is you're gonna hear this, so
He's gonna hear him.
I'm gonna make you repeat yourself.
We get to hear him pee on the show. Don't take that out of the show with me.
Only if you...
Russell.
Thank you.
Mine is Frankie. So Frankie's an old cat that found us. He had dreadlocks. He was crying. We had to shave him and get him all dialed in.
Russell gets dreads a lot when in the summertime.
Yeah.
They're like spring into summer and fall. He gets out there.
I think. Their little spines and stuff.
Yeah, I try to pull him out.
Yeah.
But sometimes I have to cut him out because he's long hair. So as soon as he walks outside once, it's just like dreads.
Yeah. Okay, so we were talking about so now we're out. Now I'm, got muffins out there and my kids are helping me still. But we had done an event for this spiritual place and they were trying to steal my idea of my happy trails because I had magic muffin, chocolate cookies, fairy dust, and brownies.
Oh my God.
So that you could get muffin eyes color-coded and dusted.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if you've ever been dusted before, but...
well, I've used dust off a couple times to try to get high. So there was that. I don't know if they call it dust.
In LA they call it angel dust, which is totally different than fairy dust.
I did the... I've been crop dusted a couple times.
I think we've all been crop dusted. Hey, what's going on here?
Yeah.
So I was just telling Cinda that... what was happening after, now I'm promoting me, right?
Yes.
Which leads up to why I'm telling you this, because you're going to be mind blown when you find out that psychic readings were supposedly illegal. Thank you, Annette. In 2003, take her on a happy trail with no ending.
Oh my God, yes. I think she just needs a couple.
She went on vacation.
She just needs a couple happy endings and she'll chill the fuck out.
Tried to tell her that, but I got kicked out of her office because her boyfriend Marshall kept walking by with this shiny badge and I went, Marshall.
Yeah.
That doesn't impress me.
That's the new school name for that is a Karen.
Yeah, I didn't know we were doing that. Well, I still give Annette credit for that shit. Fuck it. She did. Karen, you haven't done Annette. But this is worth
What if
lots
her
of
middle
life.
name was Karen?
Probably is. I don't know, though. So this is what you get to understand about thought being alive. Okay, so there's a thought. It was a legal one.
Uh-huh.
You have to have a commercial kitchen.
Yeah.
Did you think that stopped my little ass? No, because I'm dyslexic. So what does no mean to me?
On.
Thank you. On Donkey fucking Kong.
Holy shit.
What did you say on?
Yeah.
Tell me it's on?
Dude, well, that's why, I feel like a lot of people are, the people that are successful, there's always these barriers. And then you're just like, no, I'm going to figure out.
They're thoughts or they're barriers.
Yeah. And then you're going to figure out a way to oh no, let's figure out.
So what if I had gone home and...
Yeah.
I did.
Right.
I did. I'm not going to say I didn't cry. But once I got done with that, and I went to the city and he told me what I could do. So then I started putting little events together, fairy fairs. And this is where I want parents to know your children are just as psychic. There is no age at this. So I teach psychometry, energy and objects. I haven't even told you. I learned that when I was 17.
That's what psychometry means?
Yes.
Energy and objects?
Yes.
Okay.
Which that's another story in the 70s, okay, with my boyfriend in his bedroom and his mother Mary. It's a Mother Mary. I'm telling you, burgundy wine.
Oh, was there a stain on the wall of like the wine?
Oh, and she fell, and we had to pick her ass up and go, Mary! Jesus! Stop for a minute.
And Joseph.
Don't you fucking hurt me on the way home, because Mary, I'm bragging about you teaching me psychometry.
Oh, I thought you were talking to Jesus at this one.
No,
Because you're like Mary, Jesus. I was like, Joseph.
That's my son's middle name.
Oh, hell yeah.
I got a little biblical back then.
Is it Josh Joseph or
Joshua
Jeremy Joseph?
Joseph.
Holy shit, that's good. You do love alliteration. Holy shit. Alliteration is my favorite linguistic
You're gonna dig this.
thing. You know, like,
We're gonna have
I
fun.
like rhyming, but alliteration is my jam.
Because thought's alive. So when you use your words, this is the point. So the reason I like to talk and be this way is because I'm trying to show humans how precious they are.
Yeah.
And how amazing they are. Like when I hear someone go, I hate people, I go, you fucking don't.
You know what's funny? You said this earlier when you first came in, maybe like 15 minutes. No, you said it before we started, but you said, this is why I love this young generation. And I have like so many people I've heard, this new generation.
Oh, I know.
There's this negativity towards the young. And it's very like
They don't get it.
You see the positive of like a change
are you
or a
fucking kidding me?
And so when you said, I love this new, like that's a refreshing thought.
Yes.
And,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've always
Fucking
said,
hey, Josh.
and I've always like, so there's two types of paths, because you were talking about how people say, oh, I hate people. And I think a lot of people in their, like, as they age, they get jaded, they get torn down, and they get, and then they look at everything else as like all these people, people suck. People hurt me. People, they're in my way.
So again.
So what I'm saying is, to finish that, is just I appreciate the perspective of, no, like the new, like people are amazing. Like new creativity, and they're doing something different, and I didn't know that, but like show me the way. And let me experience this in an optimism. And you seem like such a very optimistic person.
Barista said, "Get in the picture, everyone, because she won't be able to take us off."
Yeah.
And I went.
Yeah, so that's amazing.
For at least a year. My daughter came to visit me, and she, again, who are these? My baristas. So what'd she do? Do you want them on here, Mom? Not really anymore, but I don't know what to do. Show me. And so, again, I couldn't do the shows the way I do them now. I'm old school radio.
Yeah.
And that leads to the other thing. So, okay, I have to give my muffins away.
Sure.
So I'm going into coffee shops and places.
Right.
And one of my friends, her friend owned the first Mugabite. I don't even know
Mugabite?
Because before the internet.
Before a megabyte.
Mugabite, she called it.
That's
Megabyte.
pretty good.
People would pay to come into her coffee shop to go into the computer room to get on.
That's funny.
That is cute.
Right?
I like
That's
that.
so funny, because megabyte is it's now become an old term, because
I don't even know what the fuck it means. Isn't that great?
You still don't, like, for real?
Well, because I was just in there doing psychic readings.
It's just
I was like, this is good shit.
Megabyte is a terminology of a measurement of data. So you have
they would
like a nanobyte,
megabytes.
a megabyte, a gigabyte,
Yes.
a terabyte.
Okay, so Terry
it's just
was
a
really
measure
smart about that.
Yeah.
She would giggle. She was kind of a nerd.
Yeah.
She goes, I don't even know how to run the coffee shop, but I knew.
Yeah.
So again, thoughts alive, kids. This fucking mom brings it together. But she, was a computer, like this was her thing, okay?
That's so good.
So, this is how I got my first radio show. So I go in And I go, so my friend goes, take Terry your magic muffins, and I bet she'll let you do psychic readings because she's got the fucking megabyte wisdom. I go, okay. Well, Terry and I hit it off. Okay. A couple of moms going, yeah, this is great, man. Our kids went to the same school. So I'm doing readings out of her shop, giving my muffins away. She fucking loved it. And the radio station and Channel 9 heard of Mugabytes. And they thought the coffee it was on Jefferson Street.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Jefferson and 8th, 9th.
Yeah, right. 14th, I think, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I know that area.
So here they come. I'm at home. I just left the shop. I get a phone call from Terry. Now they're doing construction on the street. So she got discouraged. But one of the sales guys comes in and they go, we'd like to promote you. It was for free because of your little business and because of the construction work, yada, yada, yada. And she goes, well, let me think about it. And she calls me and I go, what do you have to think about? I go, give me the number. She goes, okay, you call and talk to him. I go, okay, I will. So I call the radio station. I get a hold of the person and I tell him, I go, hey, I'm Psychic Sheila. I do psychic readings down at Mugabytes. They go, what? I go, yeah, I got magic muffins. And so we would like to have you come back and I'll do psychic readings for you. And you get to, they go, well, we got it one better for you, Sheila. Yeah, what? Why don't you bring your muffins to the radio station and Terry brings us coffee and we'll let you go on the air. I go, all right.
Done.
Yeah, done. Yeah.
Well, Terry's like, I don't want to go on the air. I go, you don't have to. I got this. You just fucking give them muffins and coffee. All right.
Yeah.
So I was on J105.
Yeah.
I don't even know. You kids don't even know who they're dead, some of them. But J105 was.
Shout out, Jay.
105.
Big Chris. Coach, whatever. I forgot your name. And
Dude, he
Skittle
knows.
Chris.
He knows now.
So then I'm doing radio stations. Now they're all fucking letting me come on because of my muffins, right? They're like,
dude, I don't think it's because you're muffins.
well, I don't know. I think they helped.
Yeah, maybe.
I said, you want my muffins and me?
But-
I said, I would tell them.
But you've already learned at this point you're selling yourself.
Well, I
And
told them, I said, my muffins are free, but not me.
Yeah.
And then they
Dude.
go, well, how much do you cost? And I say, that depends.
How many muffins do you want?
No, my muffins are free. How much of me do you want?
Because I
Just
have,
my hair?
I have tiered payment structures over here.
That's how I raise my kids. So,
On tiered payment structures?
kinda.
Atta girl.
So I'm at some event and they try to steal my gig, my Happy Trail thing. It pissed me off. And I go home.
That is frustrating.
And this is on State Street. The place doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah,
and I'm upset. And I turned to my son. I don't even know if he even remembers this. I said, Jeremy, I want you to hold my keys for a minute. And I want you to close your eyes and I want you to go out there and see what you can see. Okay. And he has such an imagination. I knew he could do this. Okay. This is psychometry, kids.
I don't know anything about this, so this is new to me.
So this is coming from a child, though.
Yeah.
Now the adult, me, my mind is already in the angry programmed, motherfuckers are stealing my business idea.
Right,
so I
right.
can't get out of this thought.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay. You're good.
Now my son has been to this establishment like a little elf for him. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So he's promoting mom and their business for free, by the way.
Yeah. We don't get paid until at least 7 or 10 or 14.
Absolutely. Well,
you know.
and it depends how you get paid.
Yeah.
So he goes out there, he's in his little mind, and he says to me, I'll never forget it because it changed everything for me. Now, I have 2 dead brothers in heaven, and I'll get to that another time. He says, well, Mom, I went to that business, and I had a little business suit on. I kind of felt like I was a detective. I said, okay. Yeah, this is all. Now, you know my chair now. You're like, I totally can see him doing this. Yeah. Little guy. He goes, and I went down in the basement where all the healers were. I said, yeah. And he said, and I asked them, why are you stealing from my mom? And they said, we're not. It's an idea. We can take it if we want. That's not your mom's. And he said, and they said, it's just business. This is from a kid. And he said, so I went back up the stairs. He said, and then, Mom, I was in downtown Boise on the sidewalk, just walking by the businesses. And he looked at me and he goes, so maybe you're supposed to go downtown to the businesses and not worry about that place.
Yeah.
And I sat there.
Aw.
You're like, oh, we're the Mausa babes.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
So there's a song from the 60s that my brother in heaven loved. And I'm younger than my brothers, much. And it's a song, Downtown. When you are downtown. And it just was flooding through me.
How old was he?
He was like 8.
Oh my God, that's so beautiful.
And I just felt like my brother channeled through him, like, you can do this. Because he worked in Hollywood. He was a sound editor. I'm sorry. I'm like this. So I took fairy fairs downtown. The kids dressed up like elves. I had women bringing their kids in elves and fairy outfits. And businesses would have me do stuff out of their stores and in their windows. I had the magic muffins and everything. And so there was, I don't know, you won't remember. I don't know, Cinda. Did you grow up in Idaho? Mm-hmm. Okay. Remember the River Festival?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
bro, you got me crying. Oh my God.
It's going to happen at our show. Wait till they're crying on stage.
Oh,
you're like,
shit.
damn it. I cried too. I'm like, hey, look, I'm fucking crying too. Don't worry about it. We're releasing.
I used to hate it about myself, and now I'll just
It's
let it.
beautiful.
I'll let it go whenever.
That's what rain is.
She actually taught me it more.
Good girl.
She taught me to let it loose whenever.
That's
like
what
this.
a woman does.
Yeah.
And then a man holds strength and space. There's a reason for the male, female, yin and yang. I love it.
Is it yin and yang?
Well, whatever. No. Oh, God, now you got me on another story, and that's my Joshua.
Oh,
you know, he was moving commercial furniture. He was doing a moving job. So for years,
so many thoughts.
So for years growing up, I always said kitty corner.
Dude, when I said grilled cheese, I thought it was grilled cheese, not grilled. I thought it was grilled. And I just said it like that until I was like 14. And one time I got called out, like, did you say grilled cheese? I was like, yeah, it's grilled cheese. They're like, it's grilled. I'm like, no, it's grilled.
Oh, I fucking love it. He's a full-grown man in his 30s working with some men, and they had to move a piece of furniture, and they go, should we, something about putting it, he goes, yeah, put it kitty corner. And they looked at him and they go, you mean catty corner? And he goes, fucking mom.
Oh, that's so funny.
Because him and Jeremy worked together. So, so I took it downtown, okay?
Yeah.
So then one of my friends it's when you would have the vendors, you have the festival. This is where Annette comes in.
Oh, fuck. And here comes Annette.
Here comes Annette. Get over here, Sarah. Take care of my light work.
And that's like, Sarah, hold my beer.
I don't think Annette drinks. I think she should. I don't even know. You know, Annette, if you still work at City Hall, please don't watch this because I'm going to be doing shit in Boise. You already got pissed at me once. Let's not do it again.
I used to say that, don't worry, nobody watches this podcast. So
oh, yeah, but they will.
Oh, yeah, no. This episode's going to pop. I just have to, I'm like, dude, you are like the most, you're the most dynamic person I've probably had ever on this podcast. This is amazing. Like, Dude, people are gonna watch this shit. I promise the fuck.
And then we want him to come to the show.
Yeah. They'll come to the show, dude.
So my friend says to me, they start charging outrageous for insurance. They hike the price on the vendors for the River Festival. So my friend comes to me and she goes, hey, because she'd shared her booth with me and I never had to pay. She goes, they're charging outrageous for vendors and for the insurance. And she goes, you're a service. She goes, so you're under the umbrella. It's going to be easy. And I'll just put my stuff in. I go, this is fucking great. I'm a little bit of a procrastinator. I know this. Hold on. By the time I got to City Hall, I had all my legal documented papers. But it meant, according to my lawyer friend, I made them have to work faster and harder than Annette wanted. And all the girls in the front end, here we go. Of course, Annette's in the back end where she fucking belongs. God.
Ass and Annette, we call her.
Bad! You did it, Annette. I didn't. So, don't go in City Hall and try to get fucking paperwork if Annette says you go, you're the little prick that had her on, you fucker.
Oh, man.
You don't get to have a business now.
No.
So, just kidding. The girls were happy to see me. I had worked for the city. Mother's Day at the train station. They hired me. Yeah. So the city hired me. This is why I was confused. Like, Annette doesn't know who I am.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Just kidding, Annette.
Kind of known.
Gee, golly gee, Annette.
Kind of a big deal.
I tried to muffinize her. Nothing was working. I went, fuck it. We'll just get tough now. Yeah. So the day I go in, they're all happy to see me. They take the paperwork. They go in the back. And then one of the girls comes out and she goes, hey, you need to come back at 10 a.m. tomorrow. This is the same fucking place Tom helped me. Remember Tom?
Yeah.
Now I'm dealing with Annette. This is 2003 now. Yeah. Something like that.
Tom was...
90s. In the 90s. Yeah. Fucking way ahead of the time. Annette's behind.
Right.
Because you're going to find out. I show up the next day, being me, because I'd already passed my messages out to the girls. Right. I'd already done all of the... I did them all in the front end. So I thought, boy, you know, we're all happy girls.
Yeah.
They all act different to me. They're nervous.
I
read the room.
Yeah.
They weren't supposed to have fun with me.
Mm.
I'm waiting. I'm sitting in the front thinking, fuck, I just need my permit so we can do this. It's like, hello, it's this weekend. It's Friday. What the fuck's going on? I get called into the back end. This is where I meet Annette. Sheila, Martell. Yeah. And she pulls out this fucking piece of paper. According to the code in 1906 or something.
Yeah.
Fortune tellers. Blah, 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 blah. It's illegal. And I went,
oh my God.
I go, hold on. I go, I think we're confused here. Marshall's going, because I'm loud. We already know I get a little loud. Yeah. So I'm like this. I didn't know it was loud. I thought I was just a little excited. I go, whoa, wait a minute, Annette. This is 19 what? Okay, so not now.
Yeah.
She goes,
but the law has never changed.
So then so here's Marshall making sure I cool my jets. Because at this point I wanted to go, so Annette, I think you and I need to go in the back alley and fucking arm wrestle, leg wrestle, thumb wrestle. We need to take it down, clown, because this isn't happening. And so I said, I think we're confused. I go, it's okay. So they just wanted me to leave. Yeah. Let's just get that straight. Annette did not want to hang out. Neither did Marshall.
And you're like, where's Tom?
I did try. Tom's gone.
Yeah, you're like, fuck.
It's Annette. I don't know who she gave a blowjob to, but she got Tom. Yeah, God, I just fucking figured it out. And it's 2025.
And if it would have been, and if it would have been,
I did not do that for Tom.
Yeah, but if it would,
I didn't have to.
No, but if Annette's blowjob for Tom would have been good, he would have stayed on. But it was so bad that he fucking exited the building. Yeah.
And then we had Marshall.
And that's why we have Annette and Marshall now.
Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. I thought we were homies. I had me selling my ass on the street corners, and Annette got mad. Showed me it was illegal,
Tom
and I said,
told me to do it this way.
Tom told me to give my muffins away and sell me.
Yeah.
So I went home and cried. Okay, you always cry, Sheila. You're fucking right, I do.
It is one of the
I bawled
emotions
my
that
fucking
happens.
eyes out. And I went in my bedroom and took a bong hit and cried some more. My neighbor who lived next door, amazing girl. I don't know why she came over to my house. I can't remember, but the fucking cat, excuse me, killed a crow. I was trying to save the crow. I took a bong hit. It's illegal. I don't want my neighbor to smell it.
Yeah.
At this point, she didn't care, thank God, because I said, okay, Rebecca, my cat killed a crow. And that's it. I'm fucking illegal. I'm losing my shit with my neighbor. And she goes, really? Come next door to my yoga studio. I go, what? She goes, we need to find out. She goes, did the crow die?
Yeah.
I go, it did. She goes, so the crow's dead. It's not alive, Sheila. Forget the bong hit. I go, yeah, the crow's dead, man. Fucking cat. And fucking Annette, I'm stressed out. Dude, she told me I'm illegal.
I love these details of this day.
So she goes, come next door to the yoga room. We need to do a little stretching and breathing. Sheila, I need to calm you down. Okay. The kids are all playing. Okay, we're neighbors. We're across the pasture. She takes me in the studio. She gets out her spirit guide book, animal book. She goes, and she's laughing. Well, she's got me sprawled out on her floor, breathing, looking at the ceiling, stretching. Breathe, Sheila, just breathe. I'm going to read to you now about the dead crow and what it means, your message. All right, Annette. Oh, yeah, this went down. So we've gone from Detective Jeremy's got me downtown fucking selling my ass to Annette telling me it's illegal. Not my 8-year-old told me to do it, Annette. Jesus Christ. There is Jesus. Come on. Don't get him in trouble. Yeah, I threw my kid under the bus.
He's only 8.
He was, channeling shit. So the first line, Rebecca goes, are you ready, Sheila? Yeah, Annette.
This girl's name's Annette too?
No, Rebecca. Thank you. Rebecca.
Okay.
Rebecca's a sweetheart.
Okay.
Rebecca's an angel from
Rebecca's the yoga girl.
She was my earth angel. Rebecca rescue. Oh, it gets better. So Rebecca goes, okay, Sheila, because the crow was dead, because the bird didn't live, I have to read the message upside down. Like upside down or no, upright, but you're getting it reversed. Right. I go, okay. Can I lay like this or do I have to get on my belly? Because at this point I'm getting reamed, okay? So I need to know facts.
Yeah.
She says, the first line says, so you want to be an outlaw, eh? I said, I want to see that motherfucker right now. And sure as shit, that's what it said in the book.
Oh, no way. Dude.
I go, I kind of do.
Yep.
I go, okay, what do we do now?
No, she's
Rebecca,
like, so you're signing up for this.
Beck, what do I do? Breathe. Keep fucking breathing through your nose and out your mouth. I'm still on the floor. She goes, I'm going to get a hold of AC, the nonprofit ALC, ACLU. She goes, I'll get a hold of them for you. I go, you will? She goes, yep. She goes, and you might want to get a hold of any.
That's like freedom of speech laws.
She goes, you might want to get a hold of anyone you might know with the radio or whoever. Well, I'd done the radio, so I start calling.
Mm-hmm.
You don't hear this, so You can keep this in. So
I'm gonna have to.
one of the radio people kind of like partaking cannabis with me, okay? And he was a sound person.
Yeah, there's no names though, so
So we're fine. He might be dead for all I know, because
Yeah,
some of
dude.
them are. I'm not.
We're just gonna call you Bert.
So Bert is a crazy motherfucker at the radio station. If you change a commercial, Bert punches holes in the walls. I like Bert. Bert made a commercial for me for free, and I'm like, Bert does that shit, and she's like, sales rep is like, yeah, I hate changing commercials on Bert because he fucking loses it.
Yeah,
in
but
the
we
sound.
do get high under the bleachers.
No, I get yeah.
That's Bert.
Bert, me and the sales rep. I gotta bring Bert over here because Sheila needs to talk to him. Bert, I need you, buddy. I got a bong hit, and I gotta tell you what fucking Annette did to me. And he went, what? I go, Bert, what do I do?
Yeah.
And this is my buddy from the radio, right?
Yeah.
Punches holes in the walls when you change his commercials he just made. Because that's a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Fucking bitch, don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay, Bert.
No, this is the wall. Like, come on.
That was a 30-second commercial I made.
Yeah.
So.
It's like 30 hours of work.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So, but Bert came to my rescue. And he goes, all right, I'm going to give you a lawyer's number. And you need to call him right now. I ain't got no money, Bert. It's okay. Just call him and talk to him.
Yeah.
So I go to Bob. We got Bert and Bob now. We got Annette, Rebecca, Tom, Bert and Bob.
Bert and Bob.
Bob's real.
Where's Ernie has to come into this story.
He's a
too,
taxi
so.
driver. Don't worry about it. No, he's in Cuna. He really is.
Yeah.
He had a cab company in Cuna.
Hell yeah. So
No,
we
that
got Bert
really
and
is
Ernie.
Ernie's out in Cuna.
Oh,
Ernie
shit.
knows me.
Oh, hell yeah. So Ernie's real. Bert.
Ernie would pick up the drunk people when I had night court in the Cuna bar.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Because Arlene was my landlady. The Arlene building, y'all fucking know that one.
Shout out, Arlene.
Arlene, I hope you're still alive. I don't know about Larry, though. Larry's the husband. Never mind. Larry and I got in a fight. I said, motherfucker, Larry!
Dude.
He goes, get out of my bar. I go, you get out of your fucking bar. I'm running this shit. Then I got out of the bar.
Dude, she could be your daughter. Holy fuck. Listening to you talk is like listening to Cinda. It's amazing.
Do you
She's
see
like,
how we
boom, boom. I mean, maybe it's just the ADD brain, but like, I swear, like, it's so good. I love it. Dude, one other thing I like about you too is like, you can sidetrack and then still bring it back.
Well, only if I'm not too stoned because I'm already forgetting some of my story.
Because I sometimes I can't bring it back. Like I'll sidetrack, but then I was like, where the fuck were we going before?
Okay,
and I
please
can't get
remember this when I'm on stage and you see Sheila's face out going, what the fuck? I don't need you to rope me back in.
Bring
So
it
what
back
I
in.
need, Josh, to go, Sheila, to maybe give you the finger. Wind it up. Wind up this reading. You got 20 more people.
Yeah.
Okay, Josh. Okay.
We're gonna have to have a clock in the back, I think.
I'm going to have to give you got to be like the floor director I used to have.
Yeah.
Give me the
So
fingers.
because I've never done some of this, like with the time commitment. But what we should do,
We'll write that all out.
Yeah, but what we should do is one of those big clocks. So
Yes.
you're like, okay, so like if you bring a person up,
That's what
I start a
need.
timer for
Yes.
5 minutes or
Yeah,
whatever
that's
be a lot
it,
of
yeah.
time.
The radio
And then I'll be
guys
like,
have to do
Sheila,
it for
like,
me. Yep.
here's the you have 30 seconds. You know,
But see,
whatever.
you're good, so you'll be able to do it.
Yeah.
If because I'm with you right now and I can see it, I know you can handle it. And just like Jeremy could. And I've learned it with the radio guys.
Yeah.
So they taught me about radio remotes and everything. So where were we were we done with the net?
No, we were going
No,
on
so
Bert.
Bob.
So fucking Bert.
Bert and Bob.
Yeah.
So Bob,
Oh,
I
you did
go
bring
to
it
his
back.
office. And Bob, he goes, all right, Sheila, give me the lowdown on it. So I did. And Bob got out a piece of paper. And he goes, I want you to sign it. I go, I don't do that. What does it say? Oh, maybe I'll sign this. Yeah, okay. The universe will pay you. I don't have to pay you. Because no.
Yeah.
What I do want you to do, what? Go back out. I want you to go back out on the streets All right. I want you to take your happy trail with you. All of it. All of it. And I want you to get people to go on your happy trail and get a psychic reading. I want you to keep filming it and to show everyone that they just did something illegal. Oh, I can fucking do that. Yeah. He goes, and I want you to tell all I'll tell you when to stop.
Yeah. So Bob is your pimp now.
AKA lawyer.
Same, right?
Bob, you will fucking love. We're still friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta call Bob. He's in New York now,
Yeah,
right?
dude,
Bob, you're still a lawyer in New York.
I hope
right?
he hears this then. That's
I'm gonna make him.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob, what? I gave you credit once again. Universe, you said the fucking universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I kept. Yeah, I'm not. I signed that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, he loved it. We're friends. We're
Yeah.
friends. Okay. I can do anything you tell me,
And
Bobby.
Can I? When is this time frame? So now, like, what year is this?
2003.
Okay. Got
That's
it.
what blew me
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
I'm like, Annette. I thought maybe it was because she wasn't getting laid or something. Because I thought this can't be.
Yeah.
Where did she have time to do that? Like,
Yeah.
I don't
why
have
does
time
she-
to find
why
that
does she
kind of
care?
Going
Why
after
is
a
this-
fucking single mother trying to
Yeah,
fucking
why
be-
is
Well, she
this-
didn't even know that.
Why is this so
It's
important?
like,
Yeah. Why is this
Yeah.
important to her
You're
to
a
shut
civil
this one
servant.
little
This is the
thing?
thing that you're using your fucking like billable hours.
But I
for.
never threw the card out that I was a single mom. Oh, and there was a little newspaper,
Shut up.
Thrive, that interviewed me.
Well, that's because you used your fake husband for that other story,
Okay, yeah,
so you're
that's
probably
true.
trying to
Like,
keep
you
that
don't get
together.
like-
Well, yeah. Tom's like, wait, she's never been married. No, her husband fucking got her in trouble.
Yeah. You were
That's
like,
why I didn't marry his
I
ass.
gotta keep that story straight.
So I don't lie, because I'm like, fuck.
You're like,
I
yeah.
lied in the 90s, and now I'm trying to tell it in 2025. And I'm like, Tom, I'm not married. I never was.
That's funny.
So, I get a call from the city's lawyer. Comes to find out my lawyer, Bob, used to be their lawyer. Then he was a
No way.
I love this shit. So that's why Bob took me on. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, this is fun.
Yeah.
And I got to know Bob, and he's like, I'll do it for you. I go, okay, Bob. Yeah, the universe is paying you. I don't know if he's related to God or not, but
Yeah, I think it's God's cousin, but
yeah. So I did all that he told me to do, all of it. I get a call from the city's other lawyer now.
Yeah.
And I'm having a good fucking time with this guy on the phone. And he goes, well, I can't really. He goes, well, you did it. I go, what? He goes, well, for a minute there, I thought, well, no, you're just really kind of counseling me because, but yeah, you did do some psychic stuff just now. This is the lawyer.
Yeah.
I go, well, what does this mean? I thought we were doing good just now.
Yeah.
It's all on the phone. He goes, no, we are, you guys. He goes, I'm just trying to see what it is you actually do for a living. Like,
Yeah.
are you doing psychic? What are you doing? You know,
Yeah.
just because he's a lawyer.
Yeah.
Grasp it.
All I know is they made Annette Mooney. Annette Mooney.
Yeah.
Mooney is her name. To the moon,
Yeah.
Mooney. Her real name is Annette Mooney. I'm not making her name
Yeah.
up. Annette Mooney went on vacation. I got a phone call from my lawyer, and he goes, hey, you could stop now. Everything's been signed.
Yeah.
We don't want any...
Everything's settled.
I hate saying it this way, but we don't want anyone religious fanatics coming out trying to fight this.
Oh yeah, because then it gets like a big deal.
Yeah, we want it to just...
Yeah.
It's silly.
Yeah. We want that thought to
Die with the person that created it.
Yeah.
They're dead. Their ancestors. It's probably one of her relatives.
Yeah.
So, Annette. So that's how that all happened. Just so you
So
know.
then it just the
So
lawyer
that's a
lawyer
thought.
kind of like worked it out and
Yeah,
they
but
settled
it's
it.
stupid.
Well, because I was thinking too, like,
but what if I believed her?
but you know,
What if I
yeah.
thought she
well,
was
that's why you
bigger
don't-
than me?
That's
or
why you don't. Yeah,
thought?
you can't take no like. I mean, that's why like people that are successful, they're like, dude, I'm not listening to this blah. Like,
Right.
like I'm gonna figure out a way. Like, I'm gonna.
How long do I have to keep the thought? Is it
Yeah.
real? Do I
No.
believe it? Is it something bigger than me in my mind?
Yeah.
Because it's in me.
Because I was thinking, what's the terminology for a guy who just helps businesses grow, like a
consultant.
Right.
I'm like, you can just label this as consultancy. Like, even if the technical terms are like, no, I'm just a my business is a consulting business, like.
But that made me not be real.
Sure,
I am psychic fucking Sheila.
But what I was saying is, but you figured it out already. But like, that would have been my first thought, was just like, we'll just label this consultancy, like on paper. Like, I'm gonna work around
I
this
did.
fucking...
Now that's interesting. See, being psychic again, because then when I was filling out certain forms, intuitive counseling.
Right, yeah.
Intuitive counseling.
You're not writing Psychic Sheila on
Google
the on the things.
Metaphysician.
Ooh,
I like that.
Hey, Annette, you didn't like Psychic Sheila? How about metaphysician and intuitive counseling? Huh? How does that work for you, huh, little girl?
An expert in or student of the branch of philosophy that deals with the first principles of things, including abstract concepts such as being and knowing.
Being and knowing. I love that.
Annette just was jealous. I realized. I go, you jealous, Annette? I get laid and I have a good time in life.
And she wasn't getting laid and she was jealous.
No, unless Marshall was doing her, but I don't know.
No, dude.
I think he should have.
I don't think I've ever seen people that wild and tight that are getting laid.
That's kind of what I started thinking.
Yeah.
So I went through menopause and said, God, women made me scared shitless of this. Like, I'm never going to want to get laid again. Yeah. I'm going to hate sex and men and life. And I'm going to just dry up like a little old prune. And
Have they never been to a nursing home?
I've hung out and partied with them.
No,
before.
I
go do them. I've been hired by nursing homes.
Okay.
First I do the staff.
Nursing homes is notoriously for a lot of fucking sex. Like, that's just kind of...
No, I didn't have any in it. I was doing them in a whole different way. They come wheeling up on you, okay. What are you going to tell me for my future? And I go...
That's funny.
For the next 24 hours, or how long is
it? I'm like, you know what, this is a really easy read because there's not a ton of...
Well, you know what happens?
No, that's rude.
So, for example, because I did have a little old man wheel up to me. What, you said you needed a picture or an object to hold? I said, yep. Very patriotic, very American. I can't even remember what he gave me. And I said... I can hear a male's voice, a younger. I go, do you have a son? Yeah. I go, okay. I go, well, I feel like you need to work something out. I think there's some communication going on. No, we don't talk. I go, well, he is in my head. You might want to let him. I go, well, and so I started breaking, and he tells me his story. See, this is what happens when you do psychometry. You start picking things up, and you speak to them, and they go, okay. And honestly, and it was beautiful. When I got done, and he had a word. I don't know what it was, but when I got done talking to him, and he gave me the story, and I could see the miscommunication with his son. And I said, I can guarantee your son thinks you don't want him and you're mad at him. And I go, and you're sitting here telling me you think he's mad.
Yeah.
And I go,
it's the same story from both sides.
I go, this is fascinating. And I go, I think that's why I had to get it. And he goes, yeah, maybe. And I go, well, let's pull a couple cards and see what happens. And I don't pull them. I said, I don't let you play with my toys. He goes, all right.
Yeah.
And I go,
is that the cards that you showed me or tarot cards?
Tarot cards in here.
I don't like to pull for other people either. I just do it for myself. I don't know.
No, God bless you, Cinda.
I just don't do that.
Did it go off?
Well, let me check on that actually. It's a good eye.
Well,
sometimes my shit does. No, that's still recording. It's just that battery, I think. Here, can we do something? I have to.
Me?
Yeah. Let's take a shot.
Shot time.
Yeah. Thanks for entertaining.
I don't even know. How have we been going? I'm just telling stories.
We've been going 2 hours.
No fucking way.
Isn't it crazy how that flies?
Yeah.
Okay, I got a pee real quick. I'm gonna change this battery and then we'll jump back in. There's almost always something that like fucks up.
Always. Even when we do the show, something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna think we got everything dialed in the next time. And then we're gonna go, what the fuck?
I was talking to somebody, a creative on the podcast, I think, and they were saying like, there, like the dissolution of problems will never exist. There's always going to be some complication. It's like, it's as you grow, it's your reaction to problems that gets better and better, or your preparation. Like Michael was telling me in Hollywood, when they have scenes, he'll be like, we have 12 camera angles. We have 24 cameras. We have the camera that's shooting it and a backup camera just in case something happens on that camera. Like, I mean, like, like everything is thought through for like these takes, and like, okay, we need this. And there's still things that go wrong.
Absolutely.
But then when those go wrong, you have
the back. So he told me that this, I have to tell you the story. This is really funny.
I'm going to take a hit while you talk. It's your turn.
So Michael Kahn, shout out Michael, because you're going to listen to this podcast, because I was thinking about this. I'm like, Michael, you have to listen to this podcast. And so then he'll get a feel for you. And so then he'll come help us with this show. I hope. So,
I hope. We don't know.
If you're here at this point, like, come help us. No, I'm literally going to text him, because I was like, dude, I think he would be on board. Then like he would help me get all the angles, and then that would free me up for some of the energy of whatever. But so he was saying, he's like, my closest fuck up in Hollywood, I wish he'll tell you the story probably, but I'm going to tell it anyway. He was like, we were filming, there was a comedy action movie. It's like Beverly Hills Cop 2, I think, or whatever. So, and there was a scene where like Bruce Willis and somebody else had like, they were in this Hollywood mansion, and the outside goes onto the beach. So there's like 3-level deck. And they run out and jump, and the whole thing blows up and explodes, and they're running out and jumping out of this house in this scene. Right. And so this scene, he's like, we built a fake house. It would cost us $500,000 to build the back of this house of where we were actually filming. So we built like the second that we're going to blow up. So then he's like, we have 3 levels of like all this, what do you call that? Like, balcony or whatever onto the beach. We have all these camera setups. So we have 12 or 8 angles, say, times 2 with 16 camera operators. I'm the assistant director. There's the director. So there's Bruce Willis and I forget the other guy. And so they're like, all this scene this is like 4 seconds of filming. It's you guys running and we're blowing this up, and they're jumping into like one of those like catching trampolines or whatever, right? Yeah. So they're just running out. And so we're trying to catch all of this cinema, right? Right. And so they have the wardrobe director who said she came up to him and was asking him about something, and he was distracted, and he's like, this is probably my third big movie, but this is like, he's like, this is a big deal. And so $500,000 plus all of the money that goes into all the paid talent, like this is we have to get every take, right? So he goes, the wardrobe comes up and says like, hey, they started asking me something, and I was bothered, and I was like, I got it, don't worry about it. Like I got it. And so these guys, it was a little cold. This is in LA, obviously, but it was like, say, 50. So they were wearing like some jackets to stay warm until they took the jackets off to go do the scene. Well, so then they're like, everything's been moving along. We're like, and so I guess they do this countdown, like camera 1, camera 2, like check. And so the explosion operator, like, so there's all these moving parts. I mean, like 50 moving parts, like check. Okay, we're all good. And so he's like, all of a sudden we're all ready to film. Everyone's recording. We're like, okay, we're gonna like do this thing, like 3, 2, and the explosion guy goes, stop. So everybody stops, and he's like, I need a second, like something happened with the explosion stuff, like where he's just like, I'm not ready. Right. Everybody stops. Oh, okay, no big deal. Like, cause the explosion is, once the explosion happens, everything's dead. Like the entire 500,000 set is gonna be kaput. And so he goes, okay, so we stop. We take a breath, and he's like, I look up, and the actors are there ready to run, and they both have their coats on.
Oh my God.
And he's just like, holy shit. They would have just like realized that they're running with coats on in this scene that's supposed to be filmed in summer, and then we're gonna blow everything up. And then he's like,
what is it? Continuity.
Yeah, and he's like, he's like, why would you have coats on? He's like, he's like, I would have wasted $700,000 if I had it, and I didn't notice. And luckily, that guy had a problem with explosives, and he had to wait.
See how shit? There are no winky dinkies.
And he
Look
was
at
like,
that.
if that would have happened, my career would have been over. He was like, nobody would hire me again. I was like, holy shit! I was like, that's so close to like just this big fuck up, and God or the universe saved it, or like, like an explosion.
That's right.
Yeah.
Everything
so
happens just tink, tink, tink.
Yeah, and he's a meticulous fuck. Like, I mean, he sees he's so detailed. He's just like...
That's why he's good at it.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So my brother, the one that I said, downtown, yeah. So he was a sound editor in Hollywood.
Yeah.
He did Miami Vice TV show and a lot of cartoons and many movies. And the last movie he was working on when he died was The Making of an American Quilt. But the movie that he had me come over to his house, and he goes, okay, because this is my sibling, so he's got to show me how important he is. You know it, Bobby. We'll call you Bobby since Bob's with Bert.
Yeah.
So
Shout out Bobby.
Bobby sits me down. We're getting stoned in the back family room. And he goes, so I'm going to show you the movies, Witches of Eastwick. And there's no sound. It's just dialogue. I go, okay. He goes, no, you're going to see what I do. I'm magic.
Yeah.
All right. No shit. I go, you just fucked the movie. I couldn't stand it. I said, no shit, man. What Hollywood does, so everything's very illusional, right down to there's different fart sounds. Okay?
Yeah.
And so when they're filming, or at least back then, this is in the 80s.
Yeah.
You don't have, like, they're coming out on the porch, the wind is blowing. It's silent. You don't hear anything.
Yeah. So you got to add that back in.
Add everything right down.
There's probably 16 layers of those.
I could not. So he showed me the different soundtracks. And so then you go through what one fits for whatever the scene. Like it could be they're driving in the car and he farts. It's a comedy scene.
Right.
So then they got to go
but even
cushion
like
car fart.
And then you're like, okay, so the car just drove past. So then you get a little, like there's all of these.
And you see the car go by, but you hear nothing.
Right.
And then he brings the movie and he says, now watch it with sound. And he starts showing me.
Yeah. These
and
little
I'm
like clicks and like the ruffle of
how empty it seems.
Like grabbing a paper, just that little and there's these hints of like I grabbed that paper, and so there's like this rustle.
You gotta hear it.
Yeah, and it needs to be like apparent, all these little
That's right. The purring of the cat.
Yeah.
Right?
There's probably you would know because he showed you, but like 16 layers of these sounds.
Phenomenal. So now I'm going to take you somewhere else with it all. So my daughter and I, she does this for a living. We're talking about, so people have a tendency, because here we go with the internet and thought being alive.
Here we go.
So look at anxiety, okay. I don't know if Jeremy said, has Jeremy told you what his mother says? No. My mom tell you what she says about anxiety? Because remember, thought's alive. I go, well, I didn't even know anxiety was contagious. I didn't know it was like an STD. I didn't know you just spread that shit. I said to my kids, because thought's alive, I go, when you think you got anxiety or your friends want to brag about having anxiety, you tell them your mama says, well, you would not be bragging about having anxiety if you broke out and there was a lot of herpes. You wouldn't be doing this because y'all walk around using your soul song, but I got anxiety, I got anxiety,
it's
I
like
got
a badge
anxiety.
of honor.
I'm like, I don't want to catch it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
If it's a socially or psychological transmitted disease, what? It's a psychological transmitted disease. I don't want it.
Yeah.
Do you have anxiety, Cinda?
sometimes.
Okay, well, you just think to yourself, I'm not going to have it again because I'm going to have to, it's like herpes.
And you don't want to share it.
And you don't want to share it.
Yeah.
Sometimes sharing isn't caring.
That is
No more anxiety.
I've like made a lot of people feel awkward because I feel weird, and then it just ends up being the situation. I'm like, if you would
So
just
you
move
spread it
It's like a-
move forward through it that moment like quicker, then it'd be normal. But
So
I'd
instead
say
of anxiety,
It's like
I
a
wonder-
negativity spiral, kind of. You
Oh, it's spread like what? So
yeah.
this is a thought that each generation,
Okay.
used to be stress. Now it's anxiety.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, look, you are creating this thought.
Yeah.
And then you're
It
speaking
snowballs
it.
it.
And Hollywood knows this because we have our imagination. And in the word imagine, if you break it down, I'm a jinn. Now, a genie. So gin, alcohol.
This is good etymology.
Gin in a bottle. I grew up watching the TV show Military Man. This is all program thoughts.
Oh, I never heard of
I dream a genie.
Okay.
Genie in a bottle. Then you got the song, I'm a genie in a bottle.
baby.
Because we are.
Come on in. Shout out Christina.
Because they know we are genies. We
Yeah.
are jinns in your imagination. And so they put programmed thoughts in us and then we think they're real.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you're in a store, after you've worked in Hollywood, so I did extra work, okay?
Okay, that's fun.
Doc Hollywood was the movie I was in. I had a good, I can't remember, I think I was pregnant with Jeremy. So you can get hired to be an extra,
Yeah.
the backdrop
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
So my daughter and I joke about, people, this goes to the anxiety. I can't go into public places. Why? I'm an empath. I pick everybody's energy. Well, that sucks.
That sucks.
Well, don't you, Sheila? Well, no. I let them become backdrop people unless I interact
Yeah.
with them.
Yeah.
What?
They become extras. That's
Yeah, I know they got their vibrant shit going all over the place. But when I go in a store, now it took me time to realize it. It's like, what are you letting all this affect you?
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get frustrated, but it's my own thoughts. It's really not the humans.
You're complaining that you're an empath. You have bad emotional boundaries. I feel like that's.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah.
Do you hear? You got boundaries.
What's the thing you always say about empaths?
So everyone's like, I'm an empath. I'm like, mirror neurons. Altruism is how people work. This is not a gift. It is how people work. Like,
Yeah.
Did you birth her, Sheila? Because she's talking like
Yeah.
No, but I would have.
I know nobody can see this on
She's
camera,
good.
but this
Right.
is Sheila's daughter.
Oh, Melissa.
She was on the last podcast. Oh, no, two. Sorry. There's one in between these.
Wait till you meet my daughter. Have you met Melissa?
Oh, wait. Okay. So you have Jeremy, Josh, and
Melissa.
So you have three. Okay.
Yeah. I like that number. You're not going to believe their birth.
Me too.
His
Oh,
producer.
three. Yeah.
Yeah.
My number three. Or like
so-
my favorite number three. I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't know
love
about
it. Trine, Trinity. It's because we're the trine.
Yeah. Well, I just like
Geometric.
threesomes, so that's why.
Oh, wow. That's
That's
a
why I
whole
like it.
different thing.
I always say the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. And you would think that I'm the Father, but I'm the Holy Ghost.
I love it.
I don't always say that. I just actually said that for the first time, but now
Okay,
I like
now
it.
you
It's
know.
funny.
Hold on, yeah.
And also,
He goes,
and
"I'm keeping
also
that."
in the Bible it says a three-quarter strand is not easily broken. So there's also that. I don't know where that leads, but
I don't know, but I always thought, I don't know, but I like.
yeah, but yes, I had my soccer jersey is 3 and my basketball is 3, and so then my email was 3. And, yeah, just
I like that number 3.
Yeah.
So, Josh is my April Fool's baby. Gotcha. So there's number 1. Melissa was my firstborn. She was on a 3rd.
Okay.
So there's number 3.
Yeah.
And the doctor said, Sheila, you have to have cesareans. So why don't you pick the date? Because these emergency pregnancy, labor, you get charged more.
Yeah.
So I cried. Yes, I cried. Why? I wanted to go in labor. I wanted to.
Have the full experience.
I knew they had to cut it out of me, but I wanted it. He has chosen the day he's ready.
This is the time,
Yeah.
So I said, all right, did a little numerology. I said, we're going to give him number 2. Why, 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. That's good.
And I stopped at 3.
Yeah.
But 3, so you got 3, 6, and 9, right? And then we double up our numbers. And so now...
Damn, she is fine. Do you know that song?
That was cute. I just know 1, 2, buckle your shoe, 3, 4.
Do you know that song? 3, 6, 9. Damn, she's fine.
No. Do I?
To the window.
I do know it. I do know
sweats
it.
off my balls.
Okay.
Now yeah. 3, 6, 9.
I do know that song.
That is crazy. Yeah, I love that.
See how these songs are?
Oh yeah.
So. Where were we?
Yeah. 3, 6, 9, 3.
All right. So
numbers.
think about this. How old are you right now?
Currently 39.
Oh, you're currently 39.
Yeah. Right now.
At the moment.
This year I'll turn 40 though. So.
Oh, the big 4 row.
Yeah.
That's probably when I was. I was floating the river. I like to float the river.
Oh, I'm gonna float the river at 40 for sure.
Yeah. So you're 39. What is 3 and 9?
Yeah, 3
and 9.
What
is 3 and 9?
It is missing a 6.
No. We're just doing elementary.
3 plus 9
Watson.
is 12.
Okay, 3 plus 9 is 12.
Okay.
Now we break it down to singular. Remember that. What is 1 plus 2?
3.
Okay, so we're back to 3.
Okay.
So right now you're 3 years old. So I tell people when they do sessions, sometimes I'll say, okay, you may not remember when you were 3 seconds old, 3 minutes old, 3 days old, 3 months old. You might remember a story.
From 3 years old.
I think I was a lefty.
Yeah.
And they made me a righty.
Yeah.
When did that happen, Josh?
That was pretty
when
much
I was 3.
Yeah, about 3.
Are you sure about 3?
Yeah, about 3.
About 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you were 3 again at 12.
Okay.
Then you were 3 again at 21. So you got to look at your little 3 story.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be 65. So I'm 64 right now. So
you would take 6 plus 4 is 10.
10 power 1 numero uno with the power of 10.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know. Anyway. Is it the power of 10? 1010. You fucking kids taught me this shit.
This is literally all of computers. There's ones and zeros.
We're in a goddamn computer, aren't we? Motherfuckers. I've been trying to figure this shit. You can't do enough goddamn acid and shit to figure it out.
Yeah. I've never understood that. They're all of coding is ones and zeros.
What are we?
Everything is ones and zeros. So it's basically like Morse code.
10.
Yeah. That breaks down the... I don't know much about it. I just know ones and zeros. And I'm like, okay, so that's like Morse code. It's like on or off, 0 or 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. And the way that you schedule those numbers creates these data points. And that has been the evolution of technology from the 70s to now. And I think they're now figuring out with AI, there's more programming than just ones and zeros. But that has been the basis of all technology for
look at how we learned
half
about
a century.
a fractal.
Yeah.
Okay, a fractal. Well, this is a fractal.
What do you mean?
Google fractal. So she'll give you the whole information about the man that saw the fractal through the computer. Something like that.
Fractals are infinitely complex patterns that exhibit self-similarity across different scales, meaning they retain the same basic shape when they are zoomed in or zoomed out. Okay, let's see infinite complexity.
So it's in nature, it's in everything.
Yeah.
We're a fractal.
Okay.
Experiences are fractals. So I'm going to give you something else.
Cables, you have fractals, come on.
Yeah, but that's
why we Google.
This is this face he makes when he's more purring.
I love
the
it.
resting bitch face is gone, and it's like this little.
Because he's enjoying what we're talking about. He's
So
enjoying.
fractals are built by repeating something over and over again, iterating, and so that's how it kind of goes like.
But you can go like bigger or smaller, and they.
Yeah, it goes in, it goes out, and so that's
and
us.
They look the same.
Your computers with the trees; those are fractals. This is a fractal. We're a fractal. I love it. So
can't see the wood for the trees.
Yeah.
The forest.
Forest for the trees.
Forest for the trees.
Yeah.
So I was saying that again because for sound, but.
Oh no, I can't explain it.
No, I was just repeating it.
You can't see the forest for the trees. So
But, yeah, forest for the
You're
trees.
either zooming it in because you're either looking at a tree or you're zooming out and it's a forest. But what is it all the same?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry, and I was saying it's because you don't have a mic, and this is only this.
Got it.
So I was like, sometimes when you're like listening back, because we're mic'd, but she's not.
Exactly.
It's like disappearing.
That happens when I don't have someone have a microphone when I'm doing a reading.
Yeah.
Sure
That's something to be aware of when you're like producing. You're like, oh yeah, we need
you
that.
become all that. Yeah, you realize it when you're doing a show and you go to watch it and you go, oh God, that sounds like shit.
Yeah.
Sound editor, come back to life.
Run this through the
So the fuck
fractals.
Fractal. Well, we are a fractal.
Yes.
So I want to show you another thing we need to think about. Because again, so back in the 90s, a lot had happened in the 90s.
I jerked off for the first time.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was in
I
the
gave
90s.
birth to my last kid in the 90s.
See? There is a lot. What did you do in the 90s?
I started smoking pot again after quitting for 9 years.
No way, you quit for 9 years?
Oh yeah, when one of my brothers died from cocaine.
Yeah.
Well, actually, truth be told, we're pretty sure he was killed. But anyway, that's another fucking story.
Yeah, crime.
Yeah.
Crime
Well,
families.
if you knew my family, you'd
But
go,
like, so you just
did your father do it, Sheila?
Yeah.
You probably had someone do it because my brother probably fucked up.
And then you just quit weed?
Well, just like that, it was just, hey, my brother's dead, I'm going to quit smoking pot now. Fuck it.
Just like that.
It's just bullshit, man.
No,
No, that didn't do it, John. No, that wasn't it. What was it? Well, cleaning up the remainings of his dead fucking body and cocaine everywhere, and it stinks.
Yeah.
And it was pretty traumatic. But this is where I learned something extremely valuable. So, and this is where you start seeing your own thoughts. I'm hoping whoever does see this starts paying attention to their own stories, their own thoughts, how you may still be telling adult stories that are childhood thought stories, but you're telling them from a childhood thought. And so sometimes you have to rewrite your story by seeing it from an adult point of view versus the child that kept the memory as an adult, okay? So, so I find a universal church for my daughter, and I'm 25. I've been trying to see this little neighborhood church. I'm raised Catholic, so I in my mind just assume the doors are always open because it's a church.
Yeah.
Okay, you get the word church. I don't care what's in front of it.
No.
Church is at the end. Doors are open.
Especially with Catholics. I mean,
That's what you think because you go to pray to God. You go to release.
Yes, there's always...
So if there's a death, you want to go to church and pray to God and make sure your loved one's going to heaven. Okay, there's just it's a whole thing you go through.
Yeah.
And you give them their 72 hours, yada, yada, yada. So I get it. Now when I think back, hours in this apartment. Now my brother's body had rotted for 5 days. I know this is a horrible fucking story, but hold on. This is how you gotta go there. I mean, now I could have a whole different story with this and be a miserable bitch, heroin addict, fucking cokehead, sitting there dying in a gutter somewhere because of some of the stories I have.
Yeah.
So it's how you receive your own story in your head. So My other sibling, we have to claim the body, we have to clean it. So when a body's, this is California and it's hot.
Oh, no.
So the manager of the building, big apartment building, we find out that neighbors were complaining of a smell.
Yeah,
And
but
so,
you have to clean it?
So they come and get the body.
Oh, so like the not coroners, but like
they come and get the body.
Okay. But you have to clean the place.
The imprint of his body, so he rotted for 5 days.
I was like, damn. Yeah. So
Through it because their skin's permeable.
So now you're cleaning the place.
You know what I'm talking about.
You're ripping out the carpets.
We didn't rip out the carpets, but remember, I have a family that, little mafia, okay?
Cough.
I got stories for days.
Sorry.
Hey, talk about Daddy Bobby, and I had to take care of that shit. Oh, hey, I did tell you Peru. That's different.
That is
we're talking about that.
Yeah.
There's still some of them still alive. Good enough. You don't know me. So that, with my other brother, Hollywood sound editor, cocaine, heroin, drugs, selling it through Hollywood.
Yeah, how dare they?
Steven Spielberg, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Prick.
We call him Stevie.
Stevie, you're full of shit. And you fucking probably had my brother knocked off the other one, the second one, the sound editor. That's another death. We're still on the first one that I don't even know if my father had killed. This isn't real, Sheila. Oh, this is fucking real. This is how Hollywood gets their goddamn movies.
Yeah.
Crazy fucks like our family. It's like, is that real? Yeah. Get someone to be me and pretend it's not me. Yeah, it's real. So that's what got my 9 years. Between that, my other fucking brother, I said, we got a fucked up family.
Yeah.
So you're in the hospital. I've got a dead one.
Yeah.
I haven't even told you what I experienced spiritually, though. I want to get into that because I think this is a very important thing I'm about to get. I know. I like to have fun with it. It was already traumatic. I don't need to have that trauma. Yeah. I'd rather have humor with it.
Yeah. That's how I process.
Yes.
I'm very let me just make jokes about this all
let
day.
me get this in a better way.
Yeah.
Because that was fucked up shit. Oh, do not want to keep that thought that way.
Yeah.
So.
I love that.
Did your brother have a quarter of a pound of weed that you took, Sheila? Well, yeah, fuck yeah. Sheila, what? This is the sibling. The other. Sheila, what? You might as well put that in your... Okay. So, there's a reason my brother and I stayed in the apartment. Oh, fuck. Sheila, found a little cash over here. Oh, all right. Oh, my older brother, he was a Hollywood sounder. He didn't need it. He goes, I go, God damn it, I'm crying. Mm-hmm. He goes, Mikey would want you to have it. Just, I know. It's a comedy skit. What? Cocaine, speedball shit.
Yeah.
Dead body's gone.
Yeah.
We're like going, okay, we want that. We're going to take that one in and we're going to have to call the furniture company that he had rent a fucking furniture. Right. They don't want the couch now. We got the body imprint and shit. Are you guys...
RAC wouldn't take that back?
Yeah, I don't know. I know my brothers are like, that's right, bitch. You talk about us now, okay? We're still fucking alive somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, we're dead, but
at least we're laughing.
We lived our life, baby. There's nothing like having your older brothers go, we don't want you doing cocaine, okay? All right. Well, we know you're gonna, okay? So I'm gonna let you try it with me, but don't tell anyone I let you, okay? Yeah. Okay, good, all right. Okay, then the other one, hey, have you tried it? I can't tell him that the other brother. No, but I thought about it.
He's like, well, let me show you, but you can't
You
tell
can't
me.
tell it. This is real shit.
You're just doing secret cocaine with each of your brothers.
And they taught me how to roll. I can roll a fucking joint like there's no tomorrow. Yeah. Because if you don't roll it right, those fuckers.
Yeah, we were gonna roll it.
They unroll it and make you do it again. And I'm like, I want to smoke it. Well, you gotta roll it right or you can't smoke it. And this was shit weed. This is that fucking seed stem. Yeah. So that was my job when I was 16.
That's interesting.
Clean the seeds and stems if you want to smoke a joint, because we got to sell that shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so
that's why you're smoking them all, because we're selling the good shit, and you're smoking the scratch.
Well, I learned to smoke the good shit when my mother had cancer, and I was getting her the bad shit, and my daughter was getting the good shit, and my mother would call me and go, Shishi, yeah, ma. Could you call Missy? Oh, you want her stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's real good.
Yeah.
Will you share with me? Well, yes, I'll go get it. Where's your husband? Because I don't like him. I don't want Peter picking on me. Peter.
So
we got Peter.
Yep. Now we have
Peter. Peter and Sandy. Peter's from Peter's Boston.
Peter sounds like he's from Boston.
Peter is fucking from Boston. Peter.
This is like Family Guy, like Peter.
Peter
from
was
Boston.
married to Sandy.
Yeah.
Sandy's my mom.
And then we got Bert. We got
Bob.
Annette. We got Bob.
Rebecca.
We got Sarah.
Who else? Larry.
Yeah, we got. Larry.
Where'd Larry come from? My fucking landlord that kicked me out.
Oh,
of his
landlord
bar.
Larry.
Landlord and Larry.
Tyrell?
You know I was right.
Tyrell.
Oh, we're interviewing Tyrell. Tyrell. You're my old school kid. I got to interview. We got to be nice to Tyrell because he's just going to sponsor the show.
That is
I'll be mean on stage though. He's used to
Tyrell.
me.
Whatever I've said about you,
You don't mean it. Josh
doesn't
mean it until he meets you. Then he's going to go, I probably did mean it.
Then I'm going to give you some shit.
And Tyrell will laugh and go, yeah, Josh,
You know what's funny?
But
I always think like, I don't think anybody listens to the ends of most of the it's just like, I don't know how many podcasts you listen to, but if you're listening to a 3-hour one, you're like, oh yeah, it kind of trailed off.
It's when you're driving, yeah.
Yeah. But like, I'm like, how? And I can watch, so on YouTube, you can see like the spike of listeners in the beginning, and then it'll like slowly go down over time.
Yeah.
And like most of mine at least have gone that way. And,
I got to look at mine. You'll have to look at mine. I got to see.
But I do think that there's still always like 3 or 4 people.
Oh, there is.
Or maybe 10 or like in our case, maybe there's 20 people and you're just like, oh, nobody's listening to this point.
And you're like, oh, no, wait.
And then Tyrell's like, I am, motherfucker.
Why did you keep Annette's going to go, Sheila.
Yeah.
What? You need to come into City Hall tomorrow at 10 a.m. Why?
I'm going to pee real quick.
You're very illegal.
And then I'm going to grab this little
Fuck you.
Yeah. Do something else with your life.
Stop being city manager or whatever you do in the back end of
manage the city and not like small business.
Poor Annette's probably going, I don't even know who this lady is. So you fucking know me, Annette.
I'm like, wherever you are, you feel this. I'm that person.
I think when I did Spike, God bless, he's in heaven. Spike was on 103, Arrow 103. He was one of the classic rock and roll DJs. Okay. So I used to party with Spike. Spike's the one that got me to get Jeremy to be Petey Palm Tree for Arbor Day. Okay. I took him out to Twin Falls. He gave Jeremy a little tree to grow because he dressed up like a palm tree. On stilts.
I love that.
I got Jeremy and Josh. They walked on stilts with we made tuxedo pants, stilt pants, and a tuxedo t-shirt. My friend had a limousine business, so we had all the information. Where'd they go? Downtown, in front of Ted Challenger's bar and shit. And then they walked up and down promoting her.
Dude, Ted has owned those bars forever, huh?
Yeah, Ted used to hire me. I think Ted should sponsor my fucking show, but I don't know if I...
You should ask him. He does actually do quite a bit of, like, donation stuff and, like, community involvement. I think he's a fucking prick.
Of course he is.
But I like,
you know he is.
Yeah, he's just like, and I haven't.
He's a
really
perv.
spent time, like he just doesn't.
He's
really,
a perv.
Across
yeah.
the board throughout the
That's the
many
kind of money
years
you
that
want
I've
behind
known
it,
girls
though.
that work downtown, they just like are resounding. He's not very disrespectful fuck.
Shout out Ted.
And so I
Teddy.
also know that people.
I know his real name. That's what's funny.
He's pushed people through school. He's like paid
Yeah.
for like entrepreneurship. Like he's very like charity forward. So all of that to say,
You gotta
he's
do
not a
it
terrible
when-
guy.
You
but
gotta
also,
do
I'm
that
like,
shit when you're that
Ted, you should
way.
respect women more.
Yeah.
That's really the only thing.
Oh, don't you worry. Don't you think Sheila don't talk about that to Teddy? Oh, I think I just undid me.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I
You
did.
did. Hold on.
Oh,
But
God,
maybe he's not
Sheila.
as
Right.
easy.
No, you're good.
Testing.